How's it going, Glenn? Yo, look at my new hairstyle. How y'all want to rate that? Nice to meet you. My name's Gordon. Hey, good handshake. Here, talking about Brian, okay? Want to have a seat right there? We're filming for your safety because I'm a bigger dude. I just want you to know I'm not here to hurt you or take anything from you, okay? How long have you been working here for? It smells great in here. I've been here for 3 years. Nice. You get paid okay? Yeah. Nice, man. Good enough to score one man? Yeah. Oh, that's good. You look pretty close to here, huh? Yeah. Nice, dude. You like working here? Yeah. Awesome, dude. So you all sell candles? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, sure. All right. Stop it. No problem, dude. Yes. Okay. So do you kind of know what we're here to talk to you about? Seem like an honest guy. So you got to be honest, you have work hard and do all that. Yeah, appreciate you. What am I here to talk to you about? Brian. Okay, how old is Brian? 13. Well, she told me. Oh, yeah, dude. Unless he looks like an old man. I think he does. He said he's 13. That's what he said. Okay, fair enough. How did you meet each other? He asked me to be friends on
All right,
Instagram. Okay. Did y'all talk
Lady.
about anyone else about Instagram? No. Don't talk about Telegram at all? No. Okay. I don't have a Telegram.
So now we got 3 chances of that dropping, right?
Oh fuck! I accidentally reset it to program. My bad, man.
You what?
I accidentally reset it to program. This blocked out again.
Y'all need to take y'all ass to sleep.
Where the hell you go?
So are we going to keep recording, right?
Yeah, I took a nap. It was like 10 minutes.
No, bro, you've been gone for like an hour.
Okay, well, it's been an hour then. Yeah, all right. It felt like 10 minutes.
Hey, bro, you want to step out the elevator real quick?
Yeah, why? What happened?
He changed his loadout. He did something wrong. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Did you say you changed it to level 1?
I did it by accident, bro. I was trying to. I was moving too damn fast, bro. That was my fault.
All right, well, the 3 of us, we should be able to make it to level 10 in like 10 minutes.
Let me do something real quick. I'm about to swap characters. Well, not swap characters, but I'm about to move a loadout into this because I want to use my hard one.
All right.
I gotta go to bed in at least an hour.
Yeah, I run a couple floors with y'all.
Well, we just made it all the way to 10, and then we're gonna go back to 10, and he reset it to 1.
Oh, okay.
But with the 3 of us, we should be able to get back to 10 quick. Because we're gonna put it on normal difficulty.
Got you. Oh, yeah, we'll run through that shit. We'll run through that real quick.
And once we get to 10, then he puts it on legendary. I don't know, it took us like half hour to get to level 10. But I can only run until like 1 o'clock, and it's midnight right now.
I swear to God, knock this stupid shit off. Typically it will be in... Have you talked with us? Not really. No. So it's actually going to be a small one. You, okay. So you only talk on Instagram? Okay. So, I mean, the message is starting off pretty cordial from what it looks like and all that. Okay. I just want to have a conversation with you. I know you're a good person and all that. I just want to talk about it, okay? Obviously, yeah. Okay. Well, what did y'all talk about that you think could be trouble? Well, not like stuff we have talked about some stuff, but I'm not comfortable with doing honestly. Like I have sent pictures. Like what? Of my okay. I'm gonna lie about that. Yeah, yeah. I'm not. I would never have any type of with him. He has asked me if we would, and I said no. Are you sure you said that? I have. I have a few times, but then the more I think about it, I can't. I'll just ignore it. I'll just ignore it. I can't. Okay. Because that's honestly not the person I am. But have you said yes a few times? Yeah. Okay. What have you said yes to? Just like touching. Like touching what?
You have received an invite to another agent's group.
He's sending me an invite. What are you doing?
Okay. So you talk about business.
You just join him, I guess.
All right.
So I gotta ask Brent because kind of looking at
You
your phone.
are no longer in a group.
I don't want you to get into some shit you shouldn't be in. You know what I mean? How common is it that these younger boys under 18 are trying to hit you up on you? Because from what it looks like, it looks pretty often. Yeah. Yeah.
We need you to secure a skyscraper. This may take a while. Hope you
Elite signature weapon kills. Okay.
Another agent has joined your group.
Yeah, and set your gear to assault rifle.
Who?
Everybody.
Oh, you talking about targeted loot. That's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What's up, brother?
We got good. We got room for one more.
Target loot assault rifle.
It won't let me right now.
Habla el
Oh, there it
inglés.
go. There it go. There it go. There it go.
Habla inglés.
Yeah, I'm just helping them out. They trying to get the bighorn.
All right, can I invite him?
An agent is no longer in your group.
Oh,
Damn.
you want to
Talk to
play with
myself.
me? Damn.
Yeah, he working on something else. That's all.
Yeah, we'll start the stream again in like 10 minutes.
But at least he showed up.
All right. Baz X.
Yo,
You cool if I invite the guy that I was just with?
You're so dumb.
oh shit. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, I'm legit gonna ask him, like, give me
All
your phone number.
right. I'm gonna send him
Just all the numbers.
invite. Once I load back into this fucking lobby, make sure because I was in something.
Oh, so are y'all working on the same thing? Aren't you all trying to
He
get the
tries to
big
whip
one?
his shit. Obviously,
Nope,
I
not
need
me.
20 of you guys to help you guys.
I mean, if they
Oh,
want to
because
just stream, they have to be
we
sure.
already here.
Why not you?
I got like 3 of them.
Yeah, I got the big one. I'm just trying to work on the other
And
one.
the drop rate is high.
Yeah, I got like 2 big ones, but I was just helping him out.
I'm thinking those boys probably sent him CP. He said with it on his phone, I'm sure. Look how nice and mature again. Should probably tell him to close the doors. Oh, yeah. 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 Hey, Brian, would you mind? Obviously, it's totally up to you, but would you mind maybe closing the doors because I don't want anybody over here and report you or kind of try to like call Yankee, call like the management and have you lose your job. I'd rather, if I want to protect you, or do you mind just closing the doors? Obviously, I'm not going to hurt you, but thank you. Good call, Sarah. Yeah, I'll just take care of the copyright issue. Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Oh yeah, y'all don't want me to be the squad leader because I'm going to level 100. I'm at 100 still. I ain't played this in so long.
I know, I'm at 100 also.
Yeah, that's crazy work.
We'll just run it quick.
All right, let me switch up and put on my skill build then. That's what
So
we
what the
can
hell
do.
happened?
Oh, you got kicked
A clan member has joined your team.
By who?
Agent
by the game?
Shit.
We ain't kicked you.
He gave me the boot.
Bro, this ain't on easy. This is on legendary still.
Let me find out
On
somebody kicking
legendary.
the. Let me find out somebody kicking our own clan members out. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, he left it on legendary.
And we don't kick our own clan members. We don't do that.
Can't invite group full.
Yeah, it's still on legendary.
Oh, we got put on legendary at 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm finna be so Mitch Mac here in a minute.
Why? What are you putting? What are you doing? What are you changing?
You
I'm
hide.
getting all
Yeah,
yellow.
but this, I don't think this is on. This ain't on beginner.
That's all right.
This is on legendary right now.
That's all right.
What's wrong with that?
He just scared. That's all. It's okay to be scared.
I ain't scared.
Oh, I got a purple.
You did?
It ain't the prototype though. It's some bullshit. Actually, I gotta complete 10 floors anyway, for real.
Because we done near 2 floors already.
gonna try to go for a refractor build. Crazy. That's gonna be the next one.
The refractor. Hey, I think I'm missing a couple of pieces for the refractor build. Also,
What's that?
It's a
that's the
heal status buff for allies and yourself,
yeah.
as long as you have skill cores equipped on it.
It don't
So
matter.
what's the
This is
difference
what
between
it is.
refractor and
It's
IRL?
running on normal right now. I got
Hey,
it for
Blazy, check
full.
out this build that I got on right now.
All right.
See what that does. I just got the equalizer chest piece.
Oh, you missing 2 gear mods? Backpack and chest piece. You missing 2 gear
Yeah,
mods.
I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it.
All right. Yep, I see you with the strikers. I see. What's up? My phone it.
Hey, man.
So why the fuck everybody say you talk shit? Nobody was talking anything about it.
What difficulty is this on?
It's on normal.
Run it up.
Just three.
Some gear
And
mods
then
on.
put your gear on assault rifle.
Yeah, Mad Dog. We got 2 new members in the clan.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, I've been recruiting the last week. Damn,
Gotta start getting back in.
I'm going the wrong goddamn way. See, I ain't played the summit in years.
I ain't playing this in forever.
Man.
Bitch ass. Blow up. Got a gun?
Blaze, fucking Bullet King or Pestilence or Blue Screen. Bullet King it is.
What, did he get an exotic drop already?
No, it's just one that I've been working on. I have
Well,
all
I
3
got
already.
45 minutes and then I gotta go.
Yeah, it's gonna be my last one too.
Blaze, you just got the fuck on. Don't shut up.
I know.
You ain't
I gotta
doing it.
go.
I'll leave at 1 o'clock.
I gotta go pick up my daughter.
Hopefully we get that done by then.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, then you better be back then.
Yeah, I will.
Like today, like tonight,
Yeah, I will.
before I go to bed. Cause I'm tired of fucking trying to do this shit solo. Just no one wants to do the tippy skills mission, the Capitol building, so it's like I'm stuck by myself.
Oh yeah,
What you trying to do?
that Capitol building is fucking stupid.
What you trying to do?
The first like
Regular
5 minutes is
Capitol?
dumb as hell.
Because don't nobody know how to run it. Once you start off Everybody got to run to the top and get up in the climb the ladder and get up in the corner. That's all. That's
They
it.
talking about legendary on Capitol Building?
No escalation.
Let's do it. That should have stole all my coins, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I got a bone to pick with division right now.
I still got 23 left.
Yo, next elevator where it lets you choose like mods and shit. We gotta do some mods or
Nah,
whatever, so
he
that
got
we get
a
more XP.
yeah.
We're leaving it as easy as we can right now.
Until 10.
I mean, you got two people that can raise your level up super fast though.
We're just trying to get one. We're trying to get one weapon. That's it. We're trying to
weapon
get
is
the
that?
bighorn to drop.
I'm trying to get the
this.
big one.
Yeah.
So he's doing the level he's doing the floor 10 farm.
What weapon is that though? Like,
It's an AR.
It's the
assault rifle.
it's the exotic assault rifle that you can use as a rifle. It's the one where like you aim down the scope, it amplifies the critical hit damage to like 500 plus. Yeah, weapon damage, not critical hit damage.
yeah, I seen that. Or I thought it looked like a sniper rifle, right? And then it shoots like
Yeah.
an LMG.
Yeah, you can kind of turn it into
Dude, I
whatever.
literally
Aim down the scope.
Niceness plays. Niceness has a group of guys that ran like the exotic missions or whatever, the ones where it's like almost impossible to do, and all three of them had fucking that LMG, that
Nice.
rifle, and they like cakewalked it. That's how I got the backpack, the revive backpack, and the wolf mask.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you got something out of it too then. Okay.
Yeah, so I got the exotic birdie backpack, and then like the
Yeah,
mask.
these two got that last night.
Oh yeah, I helped him with that last night. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the birdies back last night.
Yeah.
Oh, the bird. That was a bitch trying to get though. I ain't gonna lie.
It was fun.
The
We had
harvesters are good
fun.
too.
We wiped that shit out too.
I had to pick you up once.
This once.
Yeah, I'm gonna run that. I'm gonna run that refractor build with that birdie backpack. That's my build.
Alright.
Because it's gonna heal and buff your allies, and then it's also gonna be a reviver build. So,
Yep, all at the same time.
but I need that quick step pistol though. That's the thing.
Oh, the quick step. That's
You
the
don't have the quick step?
I got like 5 of them shit.
yeah.
I have
Fuck.
Nah, they was giving them away like crazy on the last event we had.
I got 4 of them in like 30 seconds.
That's the bloodhound bounties.
Yes, I have it.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yo, you got some bounties?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Let's do it. Fuck, dude, I've been trying that shit for like.
Then we'll get that gun. We're working together here.
Minutes. I don't think it's gonna drop if you're playing on a lower difficulty thing, though. That's the thing.
We're putting it on legendary once you hit level 10.
So look, so when you hit level 14, you put it on legendary, you just kill yourself before the round ends, and then farm it like that. You just gotta keep doing it over and over until you get it.
And then if
It
we
could
all
be
put
annoying,
and
but
then we all put
everybody's
it on
targeting
our
a
thing,
little
the
set to
assault rifle,
rifle,
we
you should
got
be
4 chances.
Yeah, I'm on assault rifles.
Alright, let me switch mine then to assault rifles because I'm running refractors.
Whatever y'all do, do not kill the kill the boss, and then kill yourself. Don't kill the last NPC.
No.
Just save it.
What we mean is select your loot to assault rifle.
Oh, I have mine set for. I had it on refractor. Now I have it set for assault.
No, it just put your loot to assault
Oh
rifle.
shit! Oh fuck! Get out my face! Oh. Oh, I got an exotic. I got an exotic cash.
Nice.
Oh yeah, because you completed the 10 floors or the 15 floors or whatever. It's a weekly guaranteed thing. Ninja bike, messenger, backpack. Dude, if I pull this fucking thing one more goddamn time, I have 3.
Did you just get a ninja bike?
I had.
Oh, I didn't have one until yesterday.
Oh my gosh. They jumped me. And then I tried to roll back into the box.
So once we kill the boss, what do we do then?
You kill yourself.
And how do you kill yourself?
Let the
So
boss
let
kill
him kill
you.
you or blow yourself up.
Let him kill you.
So look, make sure you save the NPC though. Don't kill like the very last NPC. Kill the save one but kill the boss.
All right, I'm following y'all because I don't
Or
know.
he can kill them all, and then we just fast travel back to the lobby.
Nah, it'll be better if you just kill yourself. It's faster, bro.
Right.
Are you talking about when I was set it to legendary one? Yeah. Right.
I've been trying since I started playing this to get good stuff.
I need to test them just a bit, because he's not doing something. Not filling out songs.
Alright. Well, let me open that exotic cache, because if it gives me this gun, then we don't have to do this.
Yeah, we do.
Nope, when it gave me the mantis, which I didn't have. Is that any good, the mantis?
I've been leveling up like crazy. I don't know. Is this some kind of event going on?
Yeah, 3 XP. And then you level up faster when you play with your clan members also.
Ain't nobody seen the key?
Nope, not yet.
I gotta clear my inventory out, man. This shit, I hate when it automatically just gives you shit. Hold on.
I never got to reload, bro. Yeah, we missed the key.
I gotta save animals out of one of his stashes. One time.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, hit the elevator. I get like 1 second.
Active terminal detected.
What the fuck am I stuck on?
All right, let's go get the second one.
An agent needs assistance.
Look at this. Look at how much junk mail I get. I mean, credit card offer. Honestly, I don't even know which one of these cards is ridiculous. It's way easier to use and scary. Credit cards, cards like balance transfer. I love this. This card that I want. It's their mail anyway. So yeah, very big financial experience.
Shit, I'm out of ammo. We stop right here.
Okay. Ryan, do you want to just continue this after work? Yeah. Okay, we'll do that.
Shade tech detected.
Okay, hold on a second. Here, you can just put it in here.
Hostile snapper turret detected.
Oh, man, we did this earlier and it glitched on us.
Take care, bro. All right. Okay. Where's he at? I think he's nowhere. Yeah, you can follow him. Okay, you want to give him a call? You know what's going on? Okay, I'm just telling you what's going on. But I can get on the next one. Okay. I don't have any questions for you. Okay. Okay. I'm not you. Okay, fine. Okay. So, Dad was trying to. Are you? Okay.
Nice.
Do you live with Dad? I'm sorry, Brent.
Sam, get off of this bitch, bro. What the fuck?
Okay. So I would buy his job today and talk to him. He was supposed to find.
Too bad I can't just drop you that gun. I've got 4 of
What
them
you got?
on me.
Fucking mad bomber on or something?
Okay. I'm obviously not here to hurt him. I'm here to hurt you.
Yep.
Anybody, okay? I just want to talk to him peacefully, all right? Tell him everything. Not that spirit, but I just want to talk to him over like give him a call right now. I want you to go. Because I want to bring you on to this right now. Okay. I don't want to bring you to this shit, man. I know you're not going to do it. I'll figure it when you all listen. Yeah. How did you get home? Right. Okay. You obviously being truthful about that. All right. Okay, so you met him through Instagram. All right. And, yeah, that's absolutely. He invited him over to his job today. Okay.
Shade tech detected.
I know he's good. He's making mistakes. I understand that.
Hostile assault turret detected. Hostile snapper turret detected.
Hey, Brent. You've never heard what the largest life-changing substance, all just answering
Medical assistance needed.
God damn.
Oh yeah, we fucking shit up. This shit easy.
Bro, I've never seen anything like this before. This is like cake. Taking candy from a baby.
Agent needs assistance.
Oh, they drones.
Yeah,
Like,
you
why
just
my
gotta
Sycamores
stick
down
down and
there?
get through it. Or if you have a pulse, it'll just kill them all.
Alright, for now, we have for a 10. If we get there, yeah, then I'm gonna go to the lobby and well, let's hit this loot room up first though before we go in.
All right, we on floor 10.
Yeah, we gotta clear it and then reset it.
No. As soon as we get here, as soon as we get to the floor, I gotta go back to the lobby.
Right.
Reset it, then we come back and clear it.
And don't set it back to 1.
I got you. I ain't gonna do this time. It registered. So hold on. Don't start it. Don't start it. Don't start it.
I just think an understanding of this, to figure out why it happened, and won't ever happen again.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, so basically, these messages.
We got 4 people now. I don't have to use that skills or just.
Okay, let's go.
Yo, I'm still fucking loading, dog.
Yeah, I gotta download game to our system so it'll load faster. That's the fast travel.
How do you do that? I'm playing on the PS4 version.
But if you got it downloaded to a hard drive or an external hard drive and not to your actual system, it's gonna load slow.
If you have it on the external, then it goes fast.
No, opposite.
On the SSD.
Alright, so what are we doing?
I'm about to switch it to legendary real quick.
And then just put everything on AR defined. Then we go in and we kill the boss, and then we let the dogs kill us. And then we just farm that one boss.
Hold on, wait. Oh, why won't let me get out the elevator? Come out the elevator. Blazy, come out the elevator. Come out the elevator. Come out the elevator. It's glitch right now.
I have like 12 manhunts that I haven't done, so I know I have that one to get you
The Bloodhound.
the fast.
Yeah, Bloodhound. That's that key.
I've got like 12 I haven't done yet, so I'm sure I have it.
Been riding on my fans, man. I'm still tight, my friend. Fuck
We
that.
got 2 more ready up for this.
Come on, Jack, got all over there.
What's the word?
He's going to be here. He'll be leaving. He said some details in a few minutes.
For his app thing? Okay, so somebody on the way to go get him?
It just said see driver details in 4 minutes.
Oh, okay, so I mean somebody's on the way.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, my name is Gordon, by the way. I'm sorry to meet under these circumstances. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, when he gets here, like, you're just going to discuss.
It only brought the 2 of us. We were the only 2 that ready it up.
30 minutes. I mean,
I'm on my way. I don't know why it's taking so long, but yeah.
They walking, we fly.
Before y'all go, when y'all get off tonight, before y'all go to sleep, transfer your file to your system instead of the hard drive. You'll see the difference immediately.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in the morning.
But I think, that time he kind of realized,
That shit took like damn near a whole minute just to fast track it.
Yeah. I don't know why though, but
Yeah, the fast travel's not very fast travel-y.
not at all.
I ran there.
Yeah.
Not
Like,
tonight.
make sure y'all just transfer, like, do not transfer that files, do it from external to console.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember you said that earlier. I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
We need you to secure a skyscraper. This may take a while. Help you
Are you
clear
on
your
here?
schedule.
It's big that.
You're right.
Man, though.
You don't know him. I
I mean, man, though, it's fucker.
Right. It's like, I think,
So we is on here. Let's do it.
I get it. And,
Alright, let's do it.
it's not like,
Alright, put y'all best builds on because I put some guy rifles on to increase the chance for the big drop.
All right.
Oh, you made it harder, you mean?
Yeah, I put that 4 directors on.
Okay.
I can tell you, like, I'm not calling the cops over here or anything like that. Like, that's what I was like.
Yeah, when I get back home, I'm finna open up my iPhone 17e. I had it for 2 days and still ain't opened it.
You were gonna do that yesterday.
And I still ain't opened it, bro. I still ain't opened the
They ran out
package.
of fucking numbers, so they came with letters.
Yeah, they crazy.
No, he said I got the E 'cause I didn't want to buy the Pro Max.
Yeah, I ain't even opened it yet. I ain't even opened it.
Fall back,
All right,
bro.
so
Fall back.
what are we doing? Shooting the Juggernaut?
We're just gonna kill the named boss and then die.
So the main boss is the Juggernaut, right?
No. The name boss.
Oh, the
He
name.
has a name.
The name. Got you.
I'm running back. I'm sniping this shit.
Where's my fucking revive, dude? Why isn't it healing me?
Hold up. I guess some of these motherfuckers just got back.
Alright. One down.
I got you, bro. Hold on.
Yeah.
Damn. Flatten your ass. Hold on.
They flatten me. They don't like me.
They put you on your back pockets.
Yeah.
They put me on whatever they want to put me on. They don't discriminate.
At all. It don't matter if you black or white.
Man, they don't care, boy or girl.
Shit. I'm telling you.
So we're shooting the hound, the dog.
Now we just need to kill the named boss, and that's it.
That shit
And
still
then we
cooking.
die.
All right. Kill the name boss and then die. Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Because this is new to me. Never knew.
Jug left side. Fast way to die.
Fucking juggernauts on the left.
I got the name
Is
boss
the
over
name
there.
boss dead?
Nope, the named boss is right in front of me.
All right.
You see him right there?
Fuck.
Neutralizing lieutenant.
Get the fuck out of here.
I got him right here.
Wait, I thought the fucking hound dog was, you said die, so I fucking purposely killed myself.
No,
the
we
named
said we
boss.
kill the named boss and then let the hound and then let whoever else kill you. I can't believe I'm the last one alive.
Not no more.
Not no more. Jinx.
Yeah, jinx
No,
yourself.
I just killed myself, but I'm just saying I was the last one.
We're both like, not no more.
Yeah.
So we kill the big boss, who has the name.
The hostile lieutenant or the...
Yes,
Yeah,
The
Lieutenant.
hostile lieutenant. Once you kill the lieutenant, kill yourself.
yes.
All right.
Okay.
I
So
was
aim for the
dying.
juggernaut, not the hound dog.
They got me on up out of there. And I was hiding.
No. Not the Chandra. The lieutenant, the one that got the name above his head, not
The one that has the
tank
name
kill
on
him.
him.
Yeah, the name enemy. Yeah.
After the named one is dead and he drops his loot, then die. We're only farming with that one guy.
Yeah, I purposely like ran out and you're like die, and then I just like purposely ran to him to get myself killed.
Oh shit! You put on the directive that we can't use health.
He should have put on what direction?
You put on the directive where we can't use our armor kits.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's all right. We got it. There you go.
Right
There go Mr. Dan.
Calvin.
Rodan, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, he want to hide like a little old biatch.
Well,
Well, let's fall out of the room and let him come to us then.
There you go. I threw my seeker mines out. Come here.
I can't heal.
Yeah, he on my side.
I'm shooting him from as far away as possible.
Oh.
Man,
Man, this shit sucks, bro. I can't
get
fucking
the
breathe.
fuck out of here, bruh. Get out of here with that shit. Get out of here with that. How you gonna kill me by shooting me in the elbow? I ain't got no arteries in my elbow. No
You
main veins.
dirty bitch.
Blame it on Baz.
What I do?
Oh my gosh. Oh, the dog. It was the dog. Okay, okay.
His arm was gone. Here he is. He's dead.
I think I killed him. Hold on.
Yeah, he did.
Did anybody get a red drop?
I got yellow.
No. Don't pick me up. Don't pick me up.
We dying now?
White.
All right, so we die.
White.
Yeah.
All right. Come and kill me. I'm here. What are you waiting for? There we go.
Eating your ass, Blaze. I got them bootios.
Oh, snaps.
So did anybody get a red drop? No.
Nope.
We got a jug on the right side, though, pushing the mid.
Yep.
Are you rushing the...
What the fuck is hitting me, dude?
It might be that dog.
There ain't no
The
dog.
jug's almost dead.
It is the one over here by me.
Oh, like a fucking skill is hitting me.
Okay, we got one down.
Another dog to the left on me.
I got a juggernaut on the left too.
Oh my gosh. What's going on
They're
here?
coming towards me because I got a turret up.
Oh my gosh. Oh, how'd he come behind me that quick? Okay, whatever. Shit. What time is it?
I'm up. I'm back up.
Oh, it's fucking 2 o'clock.
Who's closest to me?
Nobody.
I didn't realize I had a line.
If y'all got one more alien back there, don't kill him.
he needs to feel the gravity of what he did. But he also, I mean, shit, man, he's probably halfway done with life at this point.
Probably just white.
And if he can take that big step forward,
What are you
it's
shooting him with, a pistol?
gone. It's a turning point. You know what I mean? So.
Whoa. All right, let me go handle my business. Y'all got to find somebody else. I'll be back. Give me a second.
Have this conversation.
What do you think the best place is? Yeah, exactly. That's why I was thinking. I mean, I've had conversations inside with people, but I totally understand if that's not something you're comfortable with. Don't feel pressured. I mean, there's a light over there, but it's kind of drizzling a little bit. You're watching Aristocrats where only you are the human can have some respect.
We need you to secure a skyscraper. This may take a while. Hope you cleared your schedule.
I'm super ugly. You disgust me more than Gabby Douglas doing the Dougie. Battling new niggas. Us battling new niggas. Now you above me? I see Mac Injustice got him feeling like Tupac. You was lucky. It wasn't me. Yeah, Mac Injustice got him feeling like Tupac. You was lucky. It wasn't me because I'll bag chase. But I see what they doing, bro. It's a smack trade. Using something new to clip dog until a cash strike. You only book when the budget in bad shape. The irony is Max contract don't take up a lot of cap space. I zone out. I zone out with the chrome out, leaving no doubts. The transformer with a fully auto about to roll out. Bullet went through his whole scalp. I zone out with the chrome out, leaving no doubts. The transformer with a fully auto about to roll out. Bullet went through his whole scalp. They be finding Mac around 856 in Pontiac with his wig blown out. Yeah, he get it for trying to be closed-minded till a gun in your brain. After a headshot, Max be a public domain. The medic's looking for the holes on sight like a back pager. I'm Pootie Tang Pop with the strap. I'm a Mac raiser, act nature. The medic's looking for holes on sight like a back pager. I'm Pootie Tang Pop with the strap. I'm a Mac raiser, act major, and get lined up worse than a Black Ranger. Bullet bigger, act major. Yeah. I said I'm Pootie Tang Pop with the strap. A Mac Razor, act major, and get lined up worse than a Black Ranger. Bullet big as a flash drive. Fucking up Mac data. It can blind player. Run if you want. But a headshot from 2Ks going through Mac Sim. We cat breakers. For y'all who ain't noticed, that was a triple for cat breakers. You know. Yeah, sure. Let's just hold it vertically.
Can I not be in front?
Yeah, you can just stand over this way if you want. Whatever works, or we'll find a good angle to where you're not on camera. Yeah, so like I said, Brent, sorry about earlier, man.
It's okay, please. I know.
Sorry about earlier. Were you able to finish work okay and everything? No. Did you finish work?
I did.
Okay. So you were able to finish work and all that. Okay.
Yeah, I finished.
Oh, really? Well, that's not shit we condone, man.
It was one after another after you guys slept.
God will. Well, I tell the wrong people what we're up to, and they do this stupid shit. So I really apologize for that. Okay. Well, basically, I notified some people that we were going to Yankee Candle, and they took it upon themselves to start calling, which I told them not to do, but just I made sure there's, just heads, man.
Anyways, how did they know about this?
How do they know about this? Well, there's people, well, not to a big audience, but there's people that know what we do that support our mission, and, it's typically a privilege that, well, yeah, but you're hearing it from my mouth. There's people that support what we do, and, sometimes we do live stream the interactions, not publicly or anything. Like you couldn't just look up Kid Protectors USA and just find it. It's just to select few people that support our mission, and typically they're very well behaved. Like I tell them, hey, just stay out of it. This is just a consensual conversation. And today they took it upon themselves to just.
So you want them to be shamed because of what they do?
Absolutely not. That's the opposite of what we want. And like to do what they did was extremely inappropriate. And as a matter of fact,
if he was to lose his job and then resorts to going back to these behaviors, how would you help?
Well, I think him working is probably the best thing he could do.
But if he loses his job because of these constant calls, what would you do?
That's not something I condone. I'm going to have no part of that. So.
be my responsibility.
Well, sure, but we make it a giant point to not interfere with people because I think if you're not at work, you're gonna be on the phone even more. That'd be an issue. You know what I mean? Because we just don't want this to happen, right? No matter which way. Um, so, Samir, these are the
These licenses will know where we live.
no, your address isn't posted anywhere. So
we were okay.
No, we were. Yeah, that's not live streamed. Yeah, that's not live streamed. Okay. So, kind of what we were talking about earlier. Do you remember where we left off? So you mentioned that I kind of asked, like, is it kind of a trend in the gay community for, kind of the older men to kind of talk to the younger crowd? You said it was. You said it happens like on Instagram, Telegram, kind of. So what have you seen with that kind of stuff? Because I don't want you to fall into because there's good trends and bad trends about everything, and I don't want you to fall into a bad one with that. You know what I mean? So where have you kind of seen that happen? What have you kind of seen with that?
A lot of Instagram.
Okay.
I've noticed a lot of Instagram because then what they'll use is a fake profile, and then they'll change the name or they'll change like the ages just so that they can get on Instagram.
Like, what do you mean by change the ages?
Yeah. So they'll say a different age than they actually are.
So what's an example? Like they would say they're 18 but be 13 or something like that? Okay. So
sometimes they'll be like, they'll say they're 21 and they're actually like 17.
Okay. So they just kind of appear older so they can kind of have it in to talk to older guys and all that. Okay, fair enough.
As long as they say you have to be a certain age.
Right.
In order to even get on Insta.
100%. Okay, so today, and this is what I want to make Samir aware of, what was kind of supposed to happen. There was supposed to be some type of hangout or something today?
Just hanging out there.
Okay. Well, he didn't get a chance to read everything. I'm kind of aware of what's going on, but what, stuff did you and Brian talk about?
Just touching.
Touching? Okay. Was there anything about, well, no, just kind of, for lack of a better term,
Here's big news from America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Flavor is here. Live boldly with black cherry.
Okay. So you were not aware that he was talking to any type of underage kid at all? Okay, yeah, I figured. So I do want to ask because, like I said, we don't want to fall into bad trends, right? You asked if Brian, have you ever kissed a boy, and what was kind of the point of asking him that, knowing he was 13?
Just asking.
Right, but what was the there's questions we might have about people that we don't ask, right?
No, yeah.
What was the point? I guess in wanting to know that. Okay, why were you curious? What made you curious about that?
It's just
yeah, fair enough.
Just fun to experience.
Okay. Based on his answer, did you have more questions for him? Did you? Oh, I'm so sorry.
No.
Where's my phone at? Okay. Based on his were you, if he was experienced, were you planning on asking him more stuff, or if he wasn't, what were you planning on kind of doing with that?
I was planning on asking him more questions.
Okay. To kind of maybe see where his head was at or something. Okay. Did you ever give him your address at all? You don't mind chatting with me, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people online would just be very cool immediately, and you're kind of like, I know life sucks sometimes, but remember when it does suck, that it makes you a better and stronger person. So, I mean, it looks to me you were kind of more encouraging to him and all that stuff. You weren't and that's what I was telling your partner here. I was telling him that, there is a difference kind of in your messages versus the typical, creep online, for lack of a better term. So that's why I just want to make sure we're on the right track, dude. Okay. Um, how many times did you send him a picture?
Count.
Okay. Now, what's your best guess, you think?
6.
6 times about? Okay. What made you, and again, I'm not judging you, man. We want to figure out the why and if it'll ever happen again. That's what I was telling him.
Oh, and Paul, because I already deleted all of my social media together.
Okay.
No, they're asking how to answer my question so you get this over.
Yeah. So,
You can.
No, you're for it.
no, I think it's important he is here for this, man.
After this, I'm done.
Let's make sure we're not doing anything.
Yeah, Brent, are you feeling? Okay. If you are, I will call 911. Okay. 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 Because I know it's hard and like it's a terrible situation, but it's something that's going to get resolved. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. So, what caused you to send him 6 pictures 6 separate times? You think? Like, what was the appeal of sending that over to Brian?
To be honest, a turn on.
A turn on. But are you attracted to females at all?
I'll look at them.
Yeah, but
No.
Okay. So you would never send it to a female, right?
No.
Okay. So I'm just using an example here.
I didn't know.
Yeah, fair enough. So what about Brian turned you on to send that picture to him? Like, I can tell you when I send a picture to a female I find attractive, I'm like, yeah, well, they got me, send it over to them, and that's why I did it. So why with Brian? Like, what about him attracted you to send that over?
Just because the conversation was starting.
Okay. But I guess what caused you to have that conversation with him? Because you wouldn't have that conversation with an 80-year-old grandma, would you? Right? So what about Brian, I guess for lack of better terms, be honest, turned you on? Like, what about him?
I thought it was good.
Good looking? What about him was good looking to you?
Age.
Age? Okay.
Honestly, it is the pictures.
Okay.
The 3 pictures.
Yeah. And I appreciate your honesty on that.
And I should have known it was like I was saying earlier, there's numerous times where I've had numerous people asking me to be friends on Instagram.
Sure.
And I should have.
If you didn't know, Clio is a cash advance app where you can get up to $250. Now, I already know what you're thinking. What about my credit? Well, there is no credit checks with Clio. And even better, there's no interest.
No, better. Because of the 3 pictures.
Yeah.
On there.
Right.
And the age.
Yeah.
No, better.
Of course. So you mentioned age, and were you ever the kid at all?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So
3 times.
What ages were you when that happened?
7 and 15, and then another 8.
Okay, so somewhere between 7 and 15.
Yeah.
Okay. What I noticed is there's a cycle that happens, and I was talking to Samir about that earlier. Typically when it happens to somebody, they go ahead and perpetuate the cycle. Now, do I think you would take a 7-year-old and do anything? No, I don't. But talking to someone underage, obviously we have that here, right? So, and it's not fair. I don't think you were born to. I think if you weren't, because I don't think you'd be texting a 13-year-old. Okay, I think that's some trauma coming out. But I do got to ask, when did you start to? You mentioned his age was attractive to you. So when did you start to have that attraction to kind of that underage age range? Like, how long has it been going on for?
Not long.
Not long. So how long were we talking?
Maybe a year.
A year. Okay. What have you kind of do? What have you kind of done to, I guess, fulfill that attraction?
I'm talking to Brian.
Okay, but you weren't talking to him for a year though. You had a whole other 10 months being attracted to younger, where what did you do in those 10 months?
Nothing.
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 But did you have thoughts creep in your mind?
I would change my thoughts and I would focus on something.
Okay. What do you think caused those thoughts to start creeping?
Do something to get my mind.
Okay. But those thoughts started creeping in your mind about a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think caused that?
And to be honest, I don't know.
It just started happening?
It's just my stupidity, I think.
Okay.
And which what typically happens, and typically what I'll do is if things are going too good,
Yeah.
I typically find a way to sabotage that whatever's going good.
Okay.
I've always been always.
Yeah, it's just too good to be true, and then yeah, I get what you mean, man. So we mentioned something earlier, Telegram. So I'm gonna just lay this on to you, man. You're gonna have to have a Telegram account, straight up. I'm not gonna argue with you about that. So what I think happened is, and this is kind of what happens, people get younger, and it's a vicious cycle, man. But it's on you to break it, right? Because hey, everybody's dealt different cards in life, right? Like I'm more privileged. I grew up more privileged than a lot of people. A lot of people grew up more privileged than me, right? So I never made excuses like, oh, they got more than me, and I hope people that had less privilege than me didn't make excuses about me being more privileged than them, right? So you were dealt a pretty bad hand growing up. It's not fair. I mean, I was as a kid, and I can't say what I would be if I was, right? But you were, and typically what a lot of people like to do, because I know you wouldn't want to hurt a 7-year-old, but that thought still creeps in their mind. It happens because I've been around the block with this type of stuff, and one of the ways they have that outlet is they kind of just look at things rather than act on things. And you mentioned that you didn't have a Telegram account, and in my experience, the more people deny having Telegram, the more bad shit they probably had on Telegram. That's just kind of.
To be honest, I didn't even know.
Okay. Well, you were last seen online in this month. Okay. You've kind of had it for a while, all right?
I didn't know what. To be honest, I'm on my phone. I didn't.
No, that's fine. That's totally fine. I'm not saying you have it now. You haven't been on there in a couple of weeks, but um, you mentioned that some of this stuff goes on Telegram. So is Telegram more like groups, or is it individuals, or kind of both, or?
I think it's individual.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't know. I haven't been on it, and I don't even remember even signing up for Telegram.
Okay. Okay. Well, what do you remember about Telegram?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. That's why I said I didn't have Telegram.
It's an encrypted app that people that kind of go into the wrong things use to.
Found a place. It's like a store. Just continues.
Typically, look at the.
I'm watching Predator Approachers. I love this motherfucking show. To lock all these motherfucking predators up. I love this. I love this motherfucking show.
Like, you're not stupid. You're a smart dude. I don't talk to dumb people. I'm not saying you go on Telegram, you're the head of anything, but
lock all them motherfuckers up.
I would be doing you a disservice if I ignored the fact that we had a problem with Telegram, okay? Because, I'm here to try to fix your problems, but you got to help me fix it, man. I can't be the one doing everything, right? It's like, it doesn't matter who's the president if you're going to keep doing crack and not get a job. Your economic life's going to suck no matter we got Biden, Trump, or anybody, right? So don't be this way. If I'm trying to help you, no matter what I do, you got to be the one to help yourself a little bit, right? So from what I understand, I was telling him it's not just me and him that kind of do this. We have smart people. I'm not smart with technology. I'm an idiot, but I have smart people that make me look pretty good. And they've told me that from what they've seen is that someone's coming. Oh, no problem. Yeah, just anybody that's want. I just want to know. I can just be quiet. Um, I think what's happened to kind of make this attraction kind of snowball. I think what's been happening is people, you haven't been associating with the best people on Telegram. And I think you're starting any of the bad stuff on there? No. But do I think people got you?
Absolutely.
Well, right. Right. But I think people have gotten you into some pretty bad shit on Telegram, to be honest. Okay. So just let's kind of start over. All right. I'm not judging you for having Telegram. Should I have Telegram? And I've been into this bad shit on there too. And it happens to pretty much everybody, but some more than others. Um, who introduced you to Telegram? We'll start with that. How did you get introduced to it?
To be honest, I don't remember who introduced me. It might have been somebody on Instagram.
Okay, do you remember who it could have been?
Wanted me to download the app.
How long ago was this?
A year ago.
Okay, got it.
And then they were telling me different stuff about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then like age, obviously.
Yeah. Do you think? Let me just ask you this straight up. Do you think that some stuff on Telegram has been sent to you is probably inappropriate?
Yeah.
Okay. And by inappropriate, I don't mean, a 25-year-old. I mean underage stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is important for Samir to know because, if y'all watch his own time, I don't necessarily agree with, but, it's legal no matter where our morals are with that. That might be different, but obviously underage, like, it's right. So I think Brent, for Samir's sake, because he wants to help you, man. He was telling me he doesn't condone anything here. He wasn't defending you, but he's definitely there for you. That's probably the best. Tough love is the best situation here. You know what I mean? So when did the kind of the underage stuff start flowing your way on Telegram? Like what happened with that?
Like I was saying, back here.
Good. Okay. Yeah. So what happened with that?
We started with a lot of manipulation on that end.
Okay.
Where they would try to pull money up and say, "Oh, can you let me like $2?" And so like it would just evolve from. But I think that I would block that person.
Okay.
Well, and then somebody else would come along.
Right.
Like that new Instagram profile.
Yeah. Well, Brandon, I'm talking about. I think what happened is people were sending you underage stuff on Telegram. Okay. Can you? So I get scammer.
3 perfumes that'll stay on his mind. Prada Candy. Warm, sugary, melt on your skin caramel. The kind of scent that makes a man suddenly want to book a trip and spend all his money on.
You can't be falling for that shit. That's solely on you, man. But yeah, but tell me about like kind of because it's important to know what they're posting to get people, because it makes your mind go to this stuff. So I don't think, if you didn't see any of this stuff, I don't think you'd be this, doing this. I think you see something, then you put that idea on paper here to Brian, right? So what stuff have kind of people been sending you on Telegram that's contain like underage like that?
It would be pictures.
Okay. Of boys or girls or both? Or?
Just
boys. Okay. What about videos?
A few.
Okay. So is it if you get sent? I guess what percentage would be pictures? What percentage would be videos?
A lot more
Sent videos. Okay. So what percentage would be videos? You think?
Maybe I checked 100%.
Okay, so if you get sent 10 files, one would be a video, 9 would be pictures. Okay, fair enough. What were the age ranges of the boys they were sending?
All the way from 13 to 16.
Okay.
17.
Sure. So what could you see on those boys?
Sometimes it would be not head.
Okay, just
about from like here.
Okay.
Like the torso.
Sure.
Or sometimes it would be a full body.
So head to toe.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate to.
Or, back.
Okay, so front or back. Okay. What indicators made you know they were 13 to 16, or did they just say straight up they were that, or did they look that, or what was it? It looked that. Okay. So it definitely was underage shit.
Yes.
Okay. So on the videos, what would happen in those?
So typically it would just be, like I said, it wouldn't be head.
Sure.
Or if it wasn't anything, it would be like shadow. Or not clear. Just enough to kind of see what's going on.
Brent, people on Telegram give no. What do they send that were in the videos?
That's what I've seen.
Okay.
But a lot of them was of kids.
Okay.
Themselves or somebody else playing something.
Okay. So were these kids always boys or girls too, or just boys? Okay. With the people playing with them, was it an adult or another boy, or?
And to be honest, I couldn't see. All I could see was that a hand, or if it was somebody that was probably
okay.
Or a child.
Okay.
Or if it's them actually playing with themselves.
Okay. And by playing with themselves, you mean like a kid like or something like that. Okay. So when we use the word, that's typically not a word associated with 15, 16-year-olds. I mean, so look, do I think you have a thing for teens? Yeah. Do I think they can be fixed? Absolutely. But, people on Telegram, America's pretty strict with what they allow. But if we're talking like if we're talking, some of these other countries that, they don't really have the FBI or anything like that. It's kind of like a free for all with what they can kind of post, produce, and all that stuff. And I think a way that you can kind of be part of the solution here rather than the problem is in a way by kind of identifying what they're posting. So look, I think you told me 13 to 16 because that's probably what you were looking for, to be honest. But if we're talking to somebody from uh, not the USA, they're going to send some crazy shit. Like we're talking Russia, Ukraine, Mexico. They're crazy over there with what they send. Okay, so just be real, man. I think your limit's probably 13, but do I think that's the youngest that was sent to you? Absolutely not. I mean, that just wouldn't make any logical sense. Because if you're using the word, I think we're talking very young. Okay, so what's the youngest age you think they actually sent? I'm not mad at you. Okay, I'm just asking what they sent.
Courage. It starts with a single thought, the belief that the world can be better. But belief isn't enough. At Rockhurst University, we know that real change takes action. It takes courage. Envisioning a better world means stepping beyond what's comfortable, taking risks others won't, and daring to lead when no one else will, because leadership isn't about titles. It's about having the courage to act, question, and innovate.
There was one that was not from here, obviously.
Right, you could tell, was it like foreign? Okay, yeah, that's probably that way they're super young.
Like 8 to 10.
Okay, was it a boy? What was happening to the boy?
They would be touched.
They would be, being touched. Okay. Was there any sex being performed, or was it just What was going on? Like, okay. Could you see who was a? Okay, did it look like a female or a male doing it to him?
It looked like a male.
Okay.
Because of the hands.
Okay, yeah, of course. So let me ask this, especially if we had Telegram. Like, if you can't remember who got you to Telegram, then it's been quite a bit. Did they usually send these videos on like mega links, or did they straight up send you the videos? How did they kind of send that stuff?
Just send out.
And what about mega links? Anything with that? Like any links? They ever sent?
No, he doesn't know what that is.
Yeah.
It would just be like, yeah, isn't video. Well, here's a,
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like
a link to that stuff.
To this
Okay.
page
Okay.
To look at this.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, if he knew what that was, he would say it. So obviously, yeah, he doesn't. Okay. So kind of, like I said, I got nerds, right? I'm not a nerd, but I got nerds that can kind of see shit. And I think that eight's pretty damn young, but I think there's some really people you came across on there that have sent you videos of like we're talking babies. I think that's what happened. Would I be wrong about that? I'm wrong about that.
No.
Okay, so people have sent babies.
Not like the baby.
What age do you think?
Like 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Okay. I'm gonna want to give you. Okay. Well, anything with like an infant at all? No. Okay. So you think 5 is probably the line of what you saw? Okay. What would they be doing to 5-year-olds?
Say.
Like just
touching.
Okay. How long were these?
So on.
Okay. How long do these videos typically last? Like talking 20 minutes or a few?
5, 10 minutes.
5, 10 minutes. Okay.
Like clips, short clips.
Okay. So the clips were from like a bigger video?
Nothing like full video.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more clips.
Okay. Were there any where the boys looked like they were in pain or anything like that, or no? What were their expressions usually like?
From what I could see, it wasn't. You could tell that something was happening.
Sure.
If I got to see their face.
Okay.
Like I said, sometimes it wouldn't be an actual full.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
But sometimes it would be like, they're laughing.
They're laughing when it's happening.
Right.
Jeez.
And maybe it's just because of
nervousness. Yeah, of course.
Or not really staying that.
Mm-hmm. So would they send these videos in like a group setting, like with a bunch of people there? Would they send it to you individually, or how'd that go? Okay. So logically, the next question would be, how many times have you traded with somebody with that type of stuff?
I haven't.
Brent, do you
with that? Yeah.
Okay. What's the youngest you've traded with? You think?
16, 13.
Who are you fooling, Brent?
To be honest.
I am being honest. I don't. Like I said, I don't even remember Telegram.
But you remember all those videos?
Yeah.
Okay. So was that somewhere else besides Telegram, or? Okay. There you go. I mean, you were wearing like a Pride baseball jersey. Do you kind of keep up with sports a little bit? No, that was just okay. All right, that threw me off.
Pride baseball shirt.
Yeah, it was like a jersey that's like Pride on there or something. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I don't keep up with any type of sport.
Well, you know who LeBron James is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who? I'm trying to think of a Timberwolves player. Do you know who? I really can't think of a Timberwolves. I mean, Anthony Edwards, but I'd be a pretty even trade at this point.
Did your child start using Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, or Snapchat between the ages of 8 and 18 and later develop anxiety, depression, eating disorders, body dysmorphia, or even suicidal thoughts? This is something you should look into now. For years, social media companies designed their platforms to keep our kids hooked, using addictive features, harmful content, and unrealistic standards without any warnings or protections. Now they're being held accountable. Your child may qualify for possible financial compensation. So click below to check today.
Would you be happy if you stayed where you are in life and job forever? If the answer is yes, then this video is not for you. But if you want to finally achieve the time, location, and financial freedom you know you deserve, then this new career may be the answer to all your prayers. Because what I'm about to reveal to you is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It pays extremely well, it's flexible with hours and location, you don't need a degree, and here's the craziest part, you can earn while you learn and still have enough time to juggle your current job, responsibilities, and even family. So here's what I'm talking about. I'm David Bragg, founder of Front End Simplified. We help people like you land tech jobs guaranteed without needing a degree or previous experience. The tech industry is already one of the biggest ones in the world, yet it's still expanding by 20% year over year. And global companies with the budget to pay high salaries are desperate right now to find talent. Why, you may ask? The reason is simple. With more and more apps being developed and everything going online, these companies need people to build and support their new features and softwares. And the problem? There's just not enough people out there to pull from. Probably because they think coding is too hard, they think it takes too long to learn, or maybe they don't even know this career exists. That's why this is such an amazing opportunity. Front-end development is the easiest part of coding to learn, yet the average salary is $113,571 per year, and that does not include bonuses. And because of this difference in supply and demand, it's also the easiest field in tech to break into. After all, you don't need previous experience or a college degree to get hired, and I know this because I went from making $17 an hour at a grocery store and being addicted to video games to landing a $160K front-end developer job at Canva without a degree. All because I took action on 3 simple secrets that a beast coder shared with me. Once I took action on his advice, I was able to finally land a 6-figure job in tech that not only gave me the financial freedom, but also location freedom, time freedom because I only had to code like 2 to 4 hours per day, and fulfillment because I was finally working a job that I actually felt proud of. And when you click or tap the link below, you'll discover the 3 steps, the same ones that caught the attention of Forbes and 100 other publications. So you too can break into the tech industry.
He doesn't know. They don't know sport. Right. But you know who LeBron James is, right? Do you know who Austin Rivers is? Exactly. So he's some nobody. He's some nobody that you know, he's all right, but he's not nothing. He's nothing special. Do you think anybody would trade LeBron James for Austin Rivers? Yeah, because it's LeBron James and there's Austin Nobody Rivers, right? So it's kind of like that with weird analogy, kind of like that. Nobody's sending you videos of 5 and 6-year-olds in return for a 15-year-old picture you could probably find on Google if you search hard enough. All right, that's not fooling anybody. Let me ask you this: did you ever take something that was super young that somebody sent, just forward it to somebody else? No? Okay. So, realistically, what do you think is the youngest age that you've sent to people and traded yourself?
Oh, Brian, obviously.
No, but I'm talking about a kid. What's the youngest age you sent to somebody that's been a kid?
As far as I know, just Brian.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know that whether I have signed down the Telegram.
Yes, but I mean.
But as far as age, no, the public machines.
Yeah, right.
Like the pictures or the videos you got.
Right.
Did you send that to someone else?
Right. Because Brent, nobody's sending you videos of a 5-year-old unless they get something in return. I know how that works. So what did you send them in return? Is what I'm asking.
A picture of me.
I don't think that's the case, dude. Did you?
It was.
Okay. But you said you also had like 16, 15-year-olds that you sent to other people?
I don't send any of that to anybody.
So you've only received, pretty much. Okay.
So how do we come to that conclusion? Or like, I don't.
Yeah, no, sure. Okay. Do you have any names of anybody who? Okay. Do you know what countries they were from? Like, do they have any American names, foreign names, or?
Some of it was foreign.
Okay. And what time is it? 11? 11 what?
10:57.
10:57? Okay.
11.
Got it. Well, yeah, I think we're done here. Was that happening like on a computer, or you have an iPhone, Android, or iPhone? Okay. Is there any device you use to be secretive with that, or is it just all on your iPhone? Okay. All right. Well, Samir, like I said, obviously, like I said, we can go through all these. So if you want to look through them, that's yours to keep. Brent, I'm not going to hassle you. I trust Samir to take care of this shit with you, okay? But if I see you online again, it's not going to be I know. I'm letting him know.
No, I'm letting you know and him know.
All right. Well, all right.
What's going to happen? It's not about today. It's about 3 weeks from now.
Absolutely. All right. Well, just stay on the right path. He knows best. So.
Who knows best? I do. No.
No, you don't.
No, I do.
I think that's the worst thing you could possibly said, Brett.
Well, he knows. You think he knows better than to do this again.
Right. Okay.
So what happens with this? Is this going to be broadcast online?
I'm not here to put him on blast. Like I said, that's for your all safety. But Brett,
safety.
Yeah, I mean, people like can throw shit. Oh my God, you threatened and all that. I'm not doing that shit. All right, Brent. I appreciate your time, man. You take care. Samir, sorry to meet you under these circumstances, man. You take care, okay? And we talked to him there at Mall of America for like about 15 minutes, and then security got involved, and we left amicably. Yeah. And then I got in touch with him after he got off work. I was like, hey, let's just go finish this conversation after work. He's like, that's fine. But I haven't told security what was going on or anything. I just left. And, we finished interviewing him at his home in Minneapolis. But he's doing the same thing here at Mall of America. And, he admitted that he did send, he did, say he wants to touch and all that stuff. And that he's talked to other minors online. And the key thing is that he admitted to receiving. He said he was 5 years old. He described the videos in detail of what he watched. And he alluded to trading as well, but he's like, well, I actually never traded it. But he was adamant that he's only received it, and he described that pretty well.
Yeah. Okay.
Your bestie shouldn't be your bank. Skip the cringe texts. Request up to $250 from Clio instead, for everything from takeout to textbooks. So the next kickback doesn't feel like a whole thing. There's no interest, no hard credit checks, and you can repay on your timeline. When things are tight, but you still got to do your thing, Clio's got you covered. No more tense texts, just good energy all around. Cash secured, awkwardness avoided. Download Clio and handle it today. Go pull up your car insurance bill right now. I'm serious. Go look at it, because what I'm about to tell you could save you hundreds. So I found this website, and look at the difference. $159 a month. I thought this was the best price I could find. Don't even look anywhere else. This is the best price, right? Wrong. Now look at my new price. $47 a month for 2 cars. And honestly, the whole process blew me away. And I didn't have to jump through a ton of hoops to get matched and switch. So many of us are paying way more than we need to just because we never bother to check for better options. If you want to try this tool to shop for same-day savings, here's what to do. Step 1. Click the link below and enter your zip code, date of birth, and phone number. Step 2, answer a few questions about your car's make and model to get matched with the top offers. And step 3, you'll get a quick phone call from an agent that can help you set up your new policy. They make it fast and easy for you and can help you find eligible discounts. I put the link below. It took 2 minutes to get matched with the top offer. Super fast. You gotta trust me on this. Just try it out.
So let's just start with what's this person's first name?
It's a Brent, B-R-E-N-T.
B-E.
B-R-E-N-T, my bad. That's correct. Okay. You know, I'm assuming you probably don't know date of birth. He's 42. 42. Exact DOB we don't have. And his address is 6. Yeah, let me look it up real quick. I think it's. Yeah. I spelled. You said, yeah. Um, and that's in Minneapolis. Okay. Just describe him for me. He's about 5'8", maybe 5'8". Very skinny build. He's white, and he has a cool, mostly gray hair. You say what colored hair? Mostly gray hair. Gray. Yeah. Short. Yeah, yeah. He said beard. Barely. Like the stubble. Okay. We got pics of it. Sure. Okay. I'm sure you guys videoed everything. Yeah, of course. So what was the? I guess I would have to watch one of your guys' videos again, but how is it that you contact these people? Is it through like Tinder? Is it through like Grinder or like? Yeah. So in this case, he used Instagram to reach out to our decoy. Okay. Instagram was the first contact. Like he yes slid it or yeah he slid it in our DMs. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, we always let them reach out. When was that first time? It would have been sometime in April. I don't have the exact date, but April. Say early April. April. Would you be able to look like in actual Instagram and see what it was? Yeah, but right now I'm not logged into the account on this phone, so. Okay. Would you be able to just sign into that account? That'd be super helpful, and I could take pictures of everything. And yeah. So basically, I'll kind of explain our process. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna get all your guys' information. I'm gonna get camera footage if you have camera footage, if you have a way to send it to me. Yeah, give an email for it. Yep. Actually, I think April 13th, the first day. Yeah. Like about what time? No. And what did he say? Well, in the chat, the key points where he sent a picture, he wanted to have mutual with him, the 13-year-old boy. He asked him to come over to his work, and he multiple times like, I want to meet up with you, I want to see you, blah 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 blah. He did say at his work yesterday though that like just today I don't want to, we'll just hang out. But he did say in the future he doesn't want to do stuff together and all that. Just not at his job, obviously at Mall of America. But yeah, that was in the chats and in person. We talked to him. He willingly talked to us. Like I didn't threaten him or anything like that. And he just was like, "Yeah, I knew he was 13." I said, "Sure." I talked about this, and then the chat stuff. He just divulged that to me. That was not in any messages, but he just talked about what he's seen online and what he watches and all that. And yeah. Do you have a way to just show me that stuff? Or yeah, should be able to. If you want to support the Predator poachers catching the sickest both near and far, go to the pinned comment. If you're on Rumble, press the red join button
to see over 30 videos early and uncensored for only $8 a month. We can't do this without your help, so join our locals.
Recently, Charlotte posted, saw this symbol in my dream, woke up, drew it. Fascinating stuff. At Dream Cloud, we produce better dreams. So let's help Charlotte out. Assemble. Come with us to Waterside Planet. Now that's a dream worth sharing. Dream better dreams on a Dream Cloud.
You're shopping with blinders on. It's a meat gold mine over there. Premium cuts, without the premium cost. Grass fed. Something new every hour. It's an Aldi thing. An all-new 2020 starts right now.
I said he's right there. His eyes were shut, and he had spots of blood in different areas on his face.
She's accused of killing her boyfriend, a Boston police officer. Enough's enough. We've been quiet for too long. Now, Justin, a verdict from Karen Reed.
The defendants are guilty or not guilty? Not guilty.
This is the case the whole country couldn't stop watching. I hit him.
I hit him. I hit him. I said it with a question mark.
Like that my cousin Vinny moment. I shot the clerk versus I shot the clerk. You'll see that this case carries him cancer. His name is Michael Proctor. And all new, and you're the first person from inside the investigation to speak up. The exclusive interview with the controversial trooper in the bullseye. Tough. Sorry. One of the texts that you sent about Karen Reed is that you said hopefully she kills herself, telling his version the first time on camera.
As a queen, people need to know what has been going on. They need to know the truth.
It just feels like a kind of purgatory.
Now, the wait is over.
Mr. Jury, we agreed upon a verdict. Yes. A murder in the second degree. What say you? The defendants are guilty or not guilty? Not guilty. 002. What say you? The defendants are not guilty or guilty? Not guilty. Operating under the influence of liquor, by operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. So say you all? Leaving the scene after accident resulting in death. Defendant not guilty or guilty? Not guilty.
And a stunning conclusion to the Karen Reed murder retrial, one of the most divisive cases in Massachusetts history.
If no one has fought harder for justice for John O'Keefe than I have, and my team.
A story unlike one I've ever seen that has many layers to it.
You've got an alleged conspiracy between an entire group of people. You've got forensic evidence. You've got intoxication. You have a hero police officer, John O'Keefe, who's raising two kids after his sister and her husband died. You have all the elements here for great public interest.
Prosecution, they say Karen Reed killed John O'Keefe.
They wrong. She hit him. She left him to die. It's that simple.
The defense, they say Karen Reed is innocent.
There was no collision. She's the victim of a botched and biased and corrupted investigation that was never about the truth, folks.
Every single detail dissected. And at the center of it all, John O'Keefe. Two trials, the first ending in a mistrial.
Come at me.
Tonight, you've heard about it for years, but now the whole story, the facts, the theories, and the verdict. It all begins in the middle of a record-breaking nor'easter. Officer John O'Keefe is found dead, and this man will be at the center of the investigation and the controversy, speaking out for the first time.
People need to know what has been going on. They need to know the truth. They're only hearing one side of it.
At Karen Reed's retrial, the bulk of the trial is piecing together the final hours of John O'Keefe's life.
and witnesses testify about the calm before the storm. What was the mood in the group?
Cheerful. Good mood. Everybody was just out having a drink. We all knew the storm was coming tomorrow, and just a typical average night.
You saw John put his arm around Karen?
Correct.
John went over to Karen and he gave her a kiss on the forehead. I was like, wow, that's the sweetest thing I've ever seen.
So, on that pre-blizzard night, their morning's back now seemingly behind them. Karen and John are enjoying some drinks with friends, and after having a few at C.F. McCarthy's, they join another group at the Waterfall Bar just down the street.
There was a table of people right away. We said hi to a bunch of people. We stayed there for about 90 minutes.
At the table are members of a couple of families who have deep ties. If the Massachusetts State Police come in. In this case, the state police completely take over the case because the Canton Police Department doesn't want even the appearance of a conflict of interest. The lead investigator will be Trooper Michael Proctor, whose misconduct will become part of the firestorm at the very center of this trial. This is the very first time that Proctor is speaking publicly in an interview about this case. He tells me about those moments when he and his colleague, Sergeant Yuri Buchanan, first head to the Canton Police Department. Does it change the nature of the investigation when you know that the deceased is a cop?
No, nor should it. There's a little more emotion involved.
That afternoon, Proctor and Buchanan interviewed Brian Albert, who told them John never came inside his house. And Proctor interviews Jennifer McCabe, who told him she had been on the phone trying to navigate John to the house, but she also says he never came in. Proctor also says Jen McCabe told him that when Karen found John's body, she said, "Could I have hit him?" Proctor and Buchanan head to the hospital now to see John's body. Proctor says at the hospital they realized O'Keefe had been found wearing only one shoe.
And the reason that became important, or was important at the time, during my training and experience, I've been to pedestrian strikes where both shoes are right at the point of impact.
So the body gets hit, but the shoes get left at the point of impact.
I've seen them where people get ripped completely out of their clothing, and their clothes are at the point of impact.
Trooper Proctor and Sergeant Buchanan now proceed to interview Karen at her parent. At night, state police investigators report finding pieces of red plastic taillight and a clear piece of plastic at the scene. Pieces that they say appear to match the missing pieces from Karen Reed's SUV. They also recover that missing shoe. Based on the investigation, what does the evidence tell you happened on January 29th to John O'Keefe?
It would be later in the day that collectively, as we all met as a unit, that you had the one shoe found at the scene, taillight pieces at the scene, the one shoe at the hospital, or statements. Did I hit him? Could I have hit him? We were very confident. We knew that what had transpired.
Which was?
Karen Reed backed her Lexus vehicle into John O'Keefe.
It was about 7 p.m. I was talking to my best friend on the phone, and I said, there's a lot of cops circling. And I said, I think I'm going to get arrested.
What was that moment like when you felt the metal handcuffs go on you and they put you into a squad car?
It's scary. You're short of breath. Your ankles are shot.
But it's not just John O'Keefe's friends and acquaintances inside that house that night that the defense is accusing of participating in this cover-up. They also set their sights on Massachusetts State Police Trooper Michael Proctor, the lead investigator in the case. The defense claims that Proctor, a lifelong resident of Canton, is close with the families inside that house that night, the Alberts and the McCabe's, and therefore he's biased and prejudiced in their favor. These are claims the state completely rejects. Had you ever heard of Brian and Nicole Albert? Did that ring a bell?
So I heard of Brian Albert. Never met him until I interviewed him.
Now, Proctor tells me he did know Brian Albert's brother, Chris, and wife, Julie, who'd been at the Waterfall Bar. But you knew Julie and Chris Albert?
Yes, through a distant relationship with my sister.
Did you know Jen McCabe?
No.
And McCabe's? No.
No. Never met the McCabe's before, prior to this investigation.
Did you ever think at any point that you should recuse yourself from this case?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Wasn't too close to home, both figuratively and literally?
No. It wasn't a concern of mine. It wasn't a concern of DA Michael Morrissey. It wasn't a concern of my supervisors. I didn't know these people. There was loose connections with Julie and Chris.
The defense is questioning the physical evidence found at the scene at this point. Like, why wasn't Karen's taillight found at the scene right away? And the fact that there were even additional pieces of evidence found days, even weeks later? Because in pretrial hearings, they insinuate that Karen Reed's taillight fragments may have been planted there. And that cover-up theory is a recurring theme throughout the pretrial hearings for the defense. And the state says that's absolutely baseless. Did you plant evidence?
Absolutely not. And I'm laughing because it's such a ridiculous accusation. It's something I would never do. I've never done.
Most people would.
And there's no evidence of it.
We're talking about people in your community, your neighbors, who believe it. This is not strangers. This is people in Canton. Why do you think that is?
That's just the loud minority. The silent majority we've had an overwhelming amount of support. They're just not out there tweeting.
The prosecution strongly denies allegations of a cover-up, allegations of planting or mishandling evidence, and allegations that Michael Proctor has close ties to any of the witnesses in the case. Very early on, Alan Jackson told me that he could not understand why it was that every time that you went back to the scene, new evidence would materialize. He found that very suspicious.
Maybe you didn't read the weather report I provided in my reports.
Which indicated?
Over the next week to 2 weeks, temperatures range from 30 to 60 degrees with heavy rain. Snow melts at a rapid pace. And the more snow that melted, the more evidence unearthed itself.
Karen's defense team rejects the prosecution's theory that her taillight was damaged in a collision involving John. They show ring video of Karen backing out of John's driveway around 5 a.m. and a moment when they say her car appears to bump John's parked vehicle. That's how they allege her taillight was damaged. The prosecution calls investigators who say no taillight was found in John's driveway later that day.
But the moment at that first trial that would forever change the case is when Michael Proctor takes the stand.
Trooper Michael Proctor, PRO-CTOR.
In a dramatic turn, there's a separate investigation going on that may impact this trial.
There is a federal investigation surrounding this case, and there's a lot of mystery about this. The exact target of this investigation has never been disclosed, and it hasn't resulted in any charges. But as a part of the investigation, the feds subpoena Michael Proctor's personal cell phone data.
They gave all that information to the prosecution and to Karen Reed and her defense team.
On the stand, Michael Proctor reads texts that he wrote to both friends and colleagues from his personal cell phone while investigating John.
By Proctor was clear. Trooper Proctor, you don't get to pick a suspect and then try to find evidence to support your choice, right?
Correct.
But in this case, it's exactly what you did, isn't it?
Absolutely not.
After 8 weeks of testimony, the jury cannot come to a decision, and the case ultimately ends in a mistrial.
So at this point, as we sit now after the mistrial, we are sitting at halftime, and we have got a second half to let play out.
Far from the closure anyone involved in this case had hoped for, now a new, even more explosive chapter is about to begin.
This is Bizarro World.
I am put on the stand in a murder trial. I don't know why I'm here. I have no connection to this case.
These are not my words. I'm not really comfortable reading these. Do I have to say these words out loud?
I've never seen anything like it.
This case carries a malignancy, and that cancer has a name. His name is Michael Proctor.
The defense moves vigorously for a mistrial with prejudice.
This is the retrial of the century.
The defendants are found guilty or not guilty? Not guilty.
I could not be standing here without these amazing supporters.
Tonight, a verdict in the Karen Reed John O'Keefe murder trial.
We're talking about the retrial of the century.
What could be more egregious? What could be more misleading?
You think that she hit him? I think that she knew she hit him. John O'Keefe was murdered, no question. He died at the hands of another person. This wasn't Karen Reed.
What happened with the state's people inside the court?
The digital evidence is the centerpiece of the prosecution's case
Versus the people outside. All new interviews, the embattled trooper speaking out for the first time.
They don't care what the evidence is. They are just all in on this theory that Karen Reed was raped.
No one has fought harder for justice for John O'Keefe than I have.
So this is the beginning of the second trial. Right now you can see Karen Reed in the back.
This retrial, more people watching, more people interested, and the opinions, oh my goodness.
In Massachusetts, defendant Karen Reed back for round 2.
She's accused of running down her boyfriend in her SUV, a Boston police officer.
We're loaded for bear, ready to get the show on the road.
9 months after a deadlocked jury and mistrial, Karen Reed is being tried again on all 3 original charges, including that second-degree murder charge.
I'm always confident in my team.
Commonwealth versus Karen Reed. Whenever you have a retrial, there are going to be changes. It doesn't make any sense to use the same strategy as the first trial because it's clear the jury didn't buy parts of your story.
So it's now time for the opening statements. Mr. Brennan.
Some of the storytellers will also change. Original lead prosecutor Adam Lally is out, and Hank Brennan is in.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Brennan once defended mobster Whitey Bulger, so he is no stranger to a high-profile case.
Hank Brennan understands what the defense is trying to do, understands what the defense wants the prosecution to do.
I simply ask you to follow the evidence, follow the science.
The prosecution's story this time is more focused, more vivid.
Put her foot on the gas pedal and began to press, not 25%, not 50%, up to 75% acceleration.
In opening statements, both sides promise something new.
A cell phone is an amazing piece of technology.
For the prosecution, the new comes in the form of digital evidence.
And there'll be some remarkable data that you will use in this case to find the truth.
Hank Brennan wants this jury focused on the evidence coming from John O'Keefe's phone, the evidence coming from Karen Reed's SUV, evidence that he says does not have bias.
If digital forensics does not connect with the jury, I don't see how the prosecution can win.
In their opening statements, the defense takes a scientific approach.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scientific evidence and the medical evidence will establish that John O'Keefe had to be injured somewhere else, somewhere warmer, and his body had to have been moved out into the cold.
Understanding exactly what happened that night, to me, is a very complicated question.
And the defense never misses an opportunity to mention the name Michael Proctor, the lead investigator on this case.
This case carries a malignancy, a cancer that cannot be cut out, a cancer that cannot be cured. And that cancer has a name. His name is Michael Proctor.
It is not hard to conclude that Michael Proctor's words provided the jury with reasonable doubt in the first trial.
And it doesn't take the prosecution very long to remind the jury of 3 words.
She said, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him.
I said I hit him. It was preceded by a did and proceeded by a question mark. So did I say the 3 words? I hit him? Yes. Did I hit him?
So you're saying that the entire time it was in a question mark?
Yes.
It's like that my cousin Vinny moment. I shot the clerk versus I shot the clerk. So I'm wondering if this jury will have that same interpretation.
The prosecution adds something that was lacking in the first trial.
Commonwealth calls Peggy O'Keefe.
Emotion. Peggy O'Keefe testifying about the phone call that every mother dreads.
Yeah, she said John was found in a snowbank. And I didn't understand, which I said, what do you mean found in a snowbank? She said, they found him in the snow. They don't know what happened.
She was a very powerful witness, not just in what she said, but how she said it. It really makes the jury understand that, you know, a man, a real person is gone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Welcome call Ian Whiffen.
Okay.
Ian Whiffen is a digital forensics examiner, and he analyzed the contents of John O'Keefe's phone for the prosecution. And he was able to track the movement of the phone as it left the bar and then drove to Fairview Road.
Do you have an opinion where John O'Keefe's cell phone was?
My opinion is that the device never moved far away from the flagpole.
It tells a story of a man who's in a car, a man who steps out of a car, and a man who never goes inside.
According to Whiffen, the circles on this map indicate O'Keefe's general location on the property. Based on his cell phone data, the smaller the circle, the more accurate the information. But defense attorney Robert Alessi was focused on the larger circles.
The phone of John O'Keefe could be anywhere within the largest white circle, correct?
Correct.
And therefore, the phone could be in the house, correct?
Based on the low accuracy information, yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
I came into this case, I thought it was black and white. You know, digital evidence is what it is. But what we are learning through this case is that it's a matter of interpretation.
With the court permission, could I begin with clip 7?
Yes. Maybe more than a few sips at the waterfall.
And 4 drinks you felt fine to drive?
Yep.
Numerous clips of Reed's televised interviews have been played by the prosecution throughout the trial.
And I don't care what your viewpoint is of Karen Reed, when you listen to them and you watch these clips, there is no way you can tell me they make her look good.
My name is Yuri Buchanan.
Yuri Buchanan was former Trooper Michael Proctor's supervisor. The prosecution needs him to minimize Proctor's involvement in the case.
In the cases where you're assigned, do you investigate the case alone?
Never. It's always a team effort.
Buchanan did everything he could to downplay Proctor. Like, oh, Trooper who? Well, he's one of many here. And that's just not true.
At the same time, Buchanan, who was disciplined after it was revealed he was in the group chat where Proctor was sending inappropriate text messages, must also defend the work of Proctor.
Do you think this case was handled with honor and integrity by Michael Proctor, Sergeant?
The investigation was handled with integrity by Michael Proctor.
The Commonwealth highlights the movement of Reed's vehicle while in front of the Fairview home. Their expert reviewed the onboard computer system of the Lexus, which tracks the SUV's motion.
So again, the initial forward motion is 34 feet, and then backing up an additional 53 feet.
And finally, regarding this part of your analysis, do you have an opinion to a reasonable degree of engineering certainty as to whether the defendant's Lexus was decelerating, accelerating, or remaining the same?
It was accelerating at 74% throttle.
Next, Dr. Judson Welcher provides something the prosecution did not have at the first trial: video. The accident reconstruction he puts together is a series of slides and videos which he claims explain how an impact could have occurred.
Let's have the car drive into me. I did this at very low speeds. This is from a camera that we have pointing down at it. But even a 2-mile-an-hour impact redirects me back and causes me to rotate and take a step.
Not every judge would allow this type of evidence. So that's a win for the prosecution to actually get these videos in front of the jury.
And to reasonably scientific certainty, that is what happened.
This is a real expert. And the question now is his opinion versus the opinion of the experts for the defense. Who will the jury trust?
But if the defendant is worried, she's not showing it.
How would you sum up the prosecution's case?
One word:
Unjust.
The prosecution rests without ever calling Michael Proctor to the stand. And while the jury will not get to hear from him, you will. He
He's sitting down exclusively with 2020.
The murder mystery just outside of Boston, sparking some explosive accusations against law enforcement.
Do you think Proctor will testify, Karen?
I don't believe so.
The lead investigator on this case, Michael Proctor, did not take the stand this time around. His highly offensive text messages about Karen Reed, which were obtained from his personal cell phone during a federal investigation, they rocked that first trial.
She's a whack job. Yes, she's a babe. Weird Fall River accent, though. No ass. No nude so far. She's gross.
During the retrial, the defense once again accuses him of running a biased investigation.
You'll learn there's not a single part of this case, folks, not a single part, that he didn't touch, that he didn't direct, that he didn't orchestrate personally. Michael Proctor went far beyond just insulting Karen Reed. He dehumanized this woman.
And while prosecution condemns Proctor's text messages, they stand firmly by the investigation.
There's not one piece of evidence, not one, that we can look at and say, this was tampered with. This was planted. This was distorted.
Within hours of that first trial ending, Michael Proctor was relieved of duty by the Massachusetts State Police. He was later fired. He sat down for an exclusive interview with us and addressed those text messages, some of which were sent to personal contacts outside of law enforcement.
Who are you writing to?
My good buddies that I've been friends with since first grade. Ken has had a homicide for 20 years. So they're naturally interested. Just regrettable messages. But in all the content and the messages, what you don't see is a conspiracy.
What do you see?
I see someone who's caught up in the moment of investigating, a fellow police officer and just saying inappropriate things.
Can you see why people called you sexist and misogynist?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can 100% understand why.
As those text messages are entered into evidence, prosecutors begin to address the defense's claims of bias. And they ask Proctor about the integrity of his investigation when he takes a stand in first trial.
What, if any, impact did that have as far as your investigation was concerned?
That you sent about Karen Reed is that you said hopefully she kills herself. You texted this to your sister.
Right.
That seems incredibly unprofessional for a homicide investigator speaking about his suspect.
It was made in jest. It's a figure of speech. Hopefully she kills herself like that.
That's a figure of speech?
Yes.
Do you use that commonly?
Yes. Not commonly, but it's a figure of speech. I made it like jest. It wasn't like literally, I hope she kills herself.
At what point did you develop such strong negative feelings about Karen Reed that you would say things like, hopefully she kills herself, or calling her the C word?
Those feelings developed as the case went on.
I mean, can you see how people might think, he was caught in this instance speaking about a suspect in this way. Maybe it's happened in other cases as well.
I 100% understand why people would think that. But when you have, a fellow police officer around my age, 2 kids of his own, it generates an emotion. And I expressed those emotions in a negative way, which I shouldn't have. I shouldn't even been texting my friends anything.
Some of his texts were with colleagues, including 2 superiors.
When we first got into her phone, the number one thing I wanted to review was location data, text messages, and when we got into the phone, I texted the guys at work, our work chain, that joke, no nude so far, guys.
You're talking about completely inappropriate text messages that show a complete bias in the investigation. And Proctor is sending these to his supervisors. And he's not being admonished for it. Like, what's going on here? Is this business as usual? Is this being adopted and accepted by other members of law enforcement?
Does the bias of one investigator or the exhibited bias, does that compromise an entire investigation? No. But could that bias have led to additional mistakes? That's the jury's job to figure out.
Can you see how the impropriety of the text messages opens the door for the defense's allegations that there was some sort of conspiracy and cover-up here?
There's no evidence because it didn't happen. They spent 2 days in the stand. That was Alan Jackson's opportunity to bring that up and question you on.
Specifically asking you whether you planted evidence.
Yeah, not one question.
Boston has a history of police and law enforcement corruption.
Yeah, that I agree with. Not in this case. Didn't happen here.
So why would it be so unreasonable for people to think, well, it's happened elsewhere and recently in Boston, why couldn't it happen in Canton?
They believe that the state police, multiple units within the state police, the Canton Police Department, about a dozen civilians, are all in this conspiracy to frame a woman we don't know. And over the last 2.5, 3 years, not one person has said, wait a minute, I'm not going down for this. Here's what really happened.
You saw the lengths to which some police officers will go to protect their own at the expense of the rest of us, at the expense of Karen Reed.
Is there any part of the actual investigation that you would do over?
Because it's blown up into this crazy so-called conspiracy, maybe I could have avoided it by, looking at other people's cars just to say we did it. There's some witnesses maybe we could have interviewed a little sooner. But overall, myself and every detective in that office worked this case like we always do. So I wouldn't change anything.
Nothing.
No.
But things are about to change for Michael Proctor.
I just remember dropping on my knees and laying on my lawn, like crying.
It's about supporting John's family and getting justice for John.
Michael Proctor.
Michael Proctor. Michael Proctor.
Although Michael Proctor's name continues to reverberate throughout Karen Reed's retrial, Proctor himself retreats from the public eye.
Trooper Michael Proctor is relieved of duty effective immediately.
Suspended without pay.
Proctor is suspended without pay pending an internal investigation into his conduct.
I just remember dropping on my knees and laying on my lawn, like crying. I couldn't even talk. I was in complete hysterics. And I just remember my mother being like, what? And I kind of gathered myself. I'm like, they relieved me of duty.
What was it like handing over your badge, your gun, your cruiser?
What really got me was my union rep. He had to come over to my house and pick up all my uniforms. And the one time I broke down was putting my Class A uniform. You go through a 6-month academy and you're very proud to put that uniform on. That was tough.
In March, the State Police Trial Board dishonorably discharges Michael Proctor on 2 charges, including unsatisfactory performance related to state police conduct standards.
I don't know any trooper that's been punished for personal text messages on their personal phone, let alone fired.
He's appealing the trial board's decision. A supervisor on one of Proctor's text chains is also disciplined for failure to counsel a subordinate during an investigation, and he loses 5 vacation days. The Massachusetts State Police say their disciplinary action is determined on a case-by-case basis.
People in every job do and say stupid things. They're human beings. They make mistakes. But we have to expect a higher degree of professionalism from a lead investigator in a case like this.
With the second trial underway, public fascination accelerates and the trial takes on a life of its own.
The public interest has actually grown for the retrial. First time around, people heard about the case. Second time around, people know the case.
Social media is having a field day.
Karen Reed.
Karen Reed.
I am just obsessed with this case.
Birthday shout-outs to Karen. There are dinner giveaways for Karen Reed's defense fund.
I'm looking very forward to meeting some of you in person, to sharing a nice, intimate dinner with you.
And on the free Karen Reed page, it's almost like a reality show with Chef Alan Jackson behind the scenes serving up meals for Reed and her team.
It's a reflection of the modern age.
For Karen Reed, there's supporters and, the court of public opinion support.
But when you look at it from the perspective of the victim's family, especially those 2 children that were relying on him for their care, the idea that there are raffles and giveaways, it's arguably pretty grotesque.
She's the happiest murder defendant in America.
There's a long way to go with this second trial. How does that feel?
We feel like we have a simplified strategy. The evidence will show exactly what happened. I think that she hit him. I think that she knew she hit him. I don't think that she knew how badly he was injured. I think my biggest concern about the second trial is how do you field a objective 12-person panel to have a media exposure to Sergeant Peter? Are we going to be able to get a fair shake?
And there are these billboards urging locals to remember John, which can be seen across the Boston area.
Johnny's friends and family, they got together and they wanted to remember Johnny. The goal was to ensure that the public sentiment, that folks understood what void was created from Johnny's murder. It's not just about the defendant. It should be about the victim.
Amidst everything in the courtroom, John O'Keefe's friends and family remember the guy who loved sports and the uncle who had silly treasured moments at home with the kids. And while Weed's team prepares to present the defense in the second trial, John O'Keefe's family and friends are in court every day, only feet away from Reed.
I think the hardest part is having to see John's mother sit that close to Karen and watching her laugh, giggle, smirk.
There's an undertone of anxiety, but I think that there's a general presence of hope that we're going to find justice.
And when we come back, Karen Reed's team fights back.
There's not a single eyewitness to a collision. There was not even a single eyewitness to a backing event.
Neither side wants to walk out of that courtroom losing.
I'm anxious to see how they're going to start. Anxious, yes.
Emotions run the gamut as O'Keefe supporters and Karen Reed's legal team enter the courthouse in Denver.
Great. Go get him.
It's day 24 of the retrial, and it's the defense's turn to present their case. Alan Jackson begins by asking for a mistrial.
There was no eyewitness presented. There was no video evidence, no audio evidence, no evidence in the form of physical evidence at the scene by searches that were done by officers on the morning of January 29th, 2022.
999 times out of 1,000, the defense loses that motion. But what I like to listen to is the arguments that are made, because it sort of gives you a little bit of a preview of what the closing arguments will be.
They did not prove that there was actually a collision.
Jackson says the state experts may have proven the SUV went backwards, but they have not proven that it was a collision connected to that backing maneuver.
But Judge Beverly Cannoni isn't buying it.
Motion is denied as to all communications.
You can't blame the defense for trying, but it would be highly unusual for a judge to grant any mistrial request at this point in the trial.
The defense calls a longtime friend of Michael Proctor to the stand, and he confirms he was on a text chain with Proctor and other friends when the former trooper sent his now infamous texts.
Good morning, sir. Would you please state your name?
Jonathan Diamandis.
Those text messages were entered into evidence, and the defense quickly wrapped up his questioning.
I have no further questions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The prosecution says, not so fast. They actually want the text read aloud. And then an objection is raised in the courtroom from the witness.
Could you read all of them, please?
These are not my words. I'm not really comfortable reading these. Do I have to say these words out loud?
A compromise is reached.
I don't want you to say words that are not yours. I'll say the words, and I'm going to ask you if I'm reading it accurately. Is that better?
Yes.
When prosecutors put bad evidence in front of a jury, they're just getting in front of it. They want to be the ones to say, okay, we're going to put this in front of the jury. We're not hiding it from you.
Next up is former Canton police officer Kelly Dever, who wins the award for most hostile witness.
Miss Dever, do you want to be here today?
I have no relation to this case, so.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you if you want to be here today.
Objection. This isn't direct.
So it's your witness.
I understand.
She can. No comments, just questions. Not. I understand that.
Dever once made statements to federal authorities about the Reed case, but later recanted, claiming it was false memory.
Sometimes you have to call a witness who you don't get along with, who you know is not for your side, because they have information that's going to help you. Prosecutors aren't going to call her, so Alan Jackson and the defense had to call her.
Do you want to be here today, then?
I am put on the stand in a murder trial. I don't know why I'm here. I have no connection to this case.
You have no idea why you're here?
You've never talked to me. Nobody on the fence seems to talk to me since prior to the first trial. So I don't have any idea why I'm here.
No clue whatsoever, as you sit here, why you might have been called in stand.
No.
Whatever her value was to the defense was lost in the sea of hostility by the witness.
That's all I have.
The defense would later call forensic expert Dr. Marie Russell to the stand.
All right,
Morning.
Mr. Alessi, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
And she testifies about the marks on John O'Keefe's arm.
Can you determine that those are from a dog?
I believe they are, yes.
Her credentials are real. I mean, she's done the work. She has treated people who've been bitten by dogs through the years, but she's not an experienced expert witness. So when you see her on the stand, she's not the strongest of experts because she's not used to doing this.
There is no recognized standard anywhere for methodology on how to identify a dog bite wound, is there?
There is no published standard from an organization that I am aware of.
When you considered,
Brennan asked the doctor if her opinion on the case changed after she watched Reed's televised interviews. The doctor said no.
Many people suffer from what's called an acute grief reaction. It's very common. And they do things that seem to be irrational. They ramble. They act bizarrely.
Does this happen moments after a stressful event?
Oh yes.
Does it happen months later when you go on 20/20 or Nightline?
I've never seen that situation.
No.
It gave him an opportunity to point out to the jury that they've been watching these interviews inside the courtroom, these clips. And these clips are months and months after the death of John O'Keefe. So I think in that moment, Hank Brennan did a nice job of scoring some points and bringing some credibility to his side and perhaps undermining the credibility of Dr. Russell.
Next up for the defense is Brian Lucky Lockford. Now, he's a snowplow operator who came down Fairview Road during the storm, and his value to the defense is not what he saw, it's what he didn't see.
How much of the front lawn could you see?
I could see all the way to the front door.
What was on the ground on the Alberts lawn at that point in the area of the flagpole?
Nothing.
Did you see a 6'1", 216-pound man lying on that lawn?
No.
The prosecution attributes that to Lucky simply being too busy dealing with the task at hand.
When you plowed that night, did you have any reason to look for somebody who was lying on the side of the yard?
No.
Then the defense's most important witness, Andrew Rentschler, is a biomechanical engineer, and his company conducted a series of tests. And based on these tests, Rentschler offers a different opinion as to whether John O'Keefe has even struck by a vehicle at all.
I did, yes.
And what is that opinion?
My opinion is that the evidence is inconsistent with Mr. O'Keefe being struck on the right arm by the SUV.
Things get testy during cross-examination.
When you looked at all the tests she did, the plastic broke differently in each and every case, every experiment, didn't it?
Sure, it's broken like that, and I've never seen a case where you get these types of abrasions.
I didn't ask you that. Is that funny?
It's not funny.
So, I'm going to strike the comment. Next question.
Special Prosecutor Hank Brennan also suggests that Rentschler is cozy with the defense.
Have any bias or anything?
Any bias?
Bias. Yeah.
What do you mean? Did I have any bias?
After testify, where did you go?
Well, I was waiting for my ride, and to get back to the airport, they had to take other people, and so they were having a lunch afterwards, and they said, come have a sandwich, and then your ride will take you to the airport. So I went, and I had a ham sandwich.
And how long were you at the table eating your ham sandwich?
I honestly don't know. 10 minutes? How long does it take you to eat a ham sandwich? 10 minutes?
After an exhaustive 33-day trial, both sides deliver their closing arguments.
Find Karen Reed not guilty, not guilty, not guilty.
She was drunk, she hit him, and she left him to die.
All right, to the court, please.
So we'll start with the defendant's position. Jackson?
There was no collision. There was no collision. There was no collision. This case was corrupted from the start by biases, conflicts, and personal loyalties. At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, can you trust the Commonwealth's case? They failed to provide you with a truthful representation. They failed to prove the essence of their case, that John was even hit by a car to begin with. Find Karen Reed not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Thank you.
On January 29, 2022, John O'Keefe had just been hit by Karen Reed. Then he lay on the ground, dying. And he needed help. She made a choice. She didn't call 911. She didn't run to his aid. She made a decision. She drove away. She left him alone to die. He is not it. John O'Keefe is not a body. John O'Keefe is not a buffalo on a prairie. John O'Keefe was a person. And he was murdered by Karen Reed.
Talk about the Republicans. How do you feel they went on your side?
I don't think mine could have gone better.
What do you want to
That's all I'm saying.
This has been a long 3 years, around 3 years. So we're all kind of on pins and needles, just waiting.
As the jury continues to deliberate, the crowds outside the courthouse continue to grow. And you can see the Karen Reed supporters wearing their pink outside the courthouse. Right now, there are Karen Reed supporters pouring into the street. They're getting closer. We are inches away from a verdict.
Mr. Foreman, members of the jury, we agreed upon a verdict.
Yes.
Mr. Foreman, on murder in the second degree, what say you? Is the defendant of the bar guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
002, what say you? Is the defendant of the bar not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
Specifically, number 5, operating under the influence of liquor. So say you, Mr. Foreman?
Guilty.
Leaving the scene after accident resulting in death. Defendant not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you all?
I couldn't actually hear the verdict because there was so much noise. And when the first part of that verdict was read, there was absolute jubilation as that not guilty verdict comes in. A member of Karen Reed's defense team is in tears and you can see Karen's hands trembling. Right now you can hear the cheers of the crowd right there. Alan Jackson, Karen Reed in that light blue suit emerging from the courthouse and waving to the crowd. They're making that hand gesture and sign language of love to their supporters. You can see that confetti exploding right there. Karen Reed's legal team and Karen Reed in the powder blue suit just to the right. We're going to hear Karen right now.
I just want to say 2 things. Number 1 is I could not be standing here without these amazing supporters who have supported me and my team financially and, more importantly, emotionally for almost 4 years. And the second thing I want to say is no one has fought harder for justice for John O'Keefe than I have. Thank you to my supporters. They pulled us through on their backs. Thank you.
And not seen in the swirl of confetti and this crowd here is the family and friends of Officer John O'Keefe. Throughout this over 3-year-long ordeal, they have remained stoic and reserved and dignified. And tonight they have to somehow cope with both losing their son and this trial. Karen Reed may not have been convicted of murder, but she is not out of the legal woods yet. This has been the trial of a decade, over 3 years in the making. But the saga is not over for Karen Reed. Karen Reed's sentence for OUI, basically driving under the influence, earned her a year of probation, and the family of John O'Keefe has already filed a wrongful death suit against her after that mistrial in 2024. Despite the heartbreak of this verdict for the O'Keefe family, they continue to try to find ways to honor John in their everyday lives.
John's badge number is 2490. So
the numerical symbol of finding justice for him.
The last picture you took together, was that at opening day?
Yeah, it was an opening day shot at Lansdowne. It's one of the few pictures we took. We didn't take a whole lot of pictures.
But you're both beaming in that picture.
Yeah, we had a good day. A very good day.
And this year, you went with John's nephew.
I did. We've tried to keep that tradition alive. We've taken Johnny's nephew to 3 of the last 4 opening days.
What does that mean?
It's frankly, it's been genuinely enjoyable. He happens to be a great kid. I've known him since he was really little. My relationship with Johnny's nephew is very important to me. To me, it's just about maintaining that connection and maintaining tradition. And tradition was important for Johnny. Every year we go to Johnny's gravesite. Johnny's brother, Johnny's closest friends from the Boston police force. It's a way for family and friends to get together and honor him as a community.
people keep asking, what legacy he left behind, and I would say a legacy of honor. He was an honorable man. He was a good man. Can't really say enough good things about John.
We should miss him.
David, this is the end of a very long, emotional journey for so many in that community and beyond.
No question about that. For Karen Reed tonight, relief. And for John O'Keefe's family, major disappointment. We should point out, though, that the civil suit against her is still ongoing. That's our program for tonight. Thanks for watching. I'm David Muir.
And I'm Deborah Roberts. From all of us here at 2020 and ABC News, good night. This is the police body camera video captured on November 13th, 2022, as Moscow, Idaho police responded to a 911 call.
Yep, where's she at? Where's she at?
Yes.
Moscow Police Department, Green Bear House house.
But nothing would prepare police or this tight-knit community for the shocking murders that they discover in this house on King Road.
For a murder mystery in Idaho, 4 University of Idaho students were found dead in their off-campus apartment. It's now being investigated as a homicide.
We all underestimated how interested the rest of the nation and the world would be in this case. Nobody was prepared.
Roommate on scene said something about a male being in the room with them, trying to get through them.
You may think you've heard this story, but tonight we'll take you inside the investigation. We'll show you body camera video from the officer who first responded to the scene, and then the frantic moments that one of the surviving roommates recounts a man in a mask inside the house.
I couldn't really see much of him, but I'm expressive. He's wearing a full black outfit.
And he had this mask that was just over his forehead and over his mouth.
You'll hear from the friends who were on the scene that morning even before police arrived.
As soon as you get there, you know something's wrong.
And then what happened next?
I went into the house.
I think I walked just right in the door, and Hunter already was like, everybody get out. And then he was like, somebody call 911.
And you'll hear from investigators who launched a nationwide manhunt to unmask and arrest the killer, who was found thousands of miles away from the crime scene. You interviewed Brian Koberger.
Yes. He would try to go and ask, well, why are you guys really here? And we said, well, I feel like you probably know why we're here.
But this all began in 2022. It was the start of a new school year, a time of anticipation, hope, promise.
Coming back to school at the University of Idaho really starts in the middle of August. You're packing up your car, it's filled to the brim. You can fit your entire life into a couple of boxes in the back of a sedan. What a time.
Moscow at the beginning of the semester was definitely a very happy place, and like you step on campus and it's like, okay, this feels right, this feels good to be here.
Everyone's really excited. The new people, the new classes, things we can do, people to meet.
You know, you raise your kids and you just wonder, what point are they gonna kind of feel like they're independent enough to kind of fly out of the nest, I guess, if you will. It's a cliche, but
Starting to adult.
yeah, starting to,
Among the students arriving here are 21-year-old seniors, Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogan, along with Xana Kernodle, a 20-year-old junior, and 19-year-old sophomore, Ethan Chapin. 4 students just starting out, not knowing that soon their lives would violently collide with a PhD student in criminology at another university just across the state line.
So on November 12th is when that iconic photo is taken, the last known photo of the 4 victims all together with their roommates Bethany and Dylan. All 6 of them before their big night on game day. They've had so many Saturday nights just like this. There was nothing out of the ordinary about this Saturday night in Moscow. Or so they thought.
Hours later, friends make a horrific discovery.
911 location of your emergency. What is the address of the emergency? What is the rest of the address?
What unfolds next is the stuff of nightmares.
We saw it on our phones before they told us directly. It was like, what, quadruple homicide?
We're calling Kaylee, it's going to voicemail. We're calling Maddie, she's not picking up. And in our minds, it wouldn't have been Kaylee and Maddie both. So I think that my mind just immediately went to like, nope, nope, nope.
The most important thing to me was who did this, why did they do it? This is Moscow.
It doesn't take very long before state police, then the FBI, all join the search for this killer.
We realized that there was a security camera right next door to our residence. Once we had that, we quickly realized that we had this white vehicle, and so that was the introduction of the white Elantra for us.
We don't know when this person's going to strike again, if they're going to strike again, and the pressure on us to solve alone our own internal pressure was huge, and at the same time you've got the public pressure to find the perpetrator.
There's a crush of media. It overwhelms the tiny town of Moscow, along with the lives of everyone touched by these shocking murders.
There were,
YouTubers and TikTokers outside the house, that want to live stream at our front door, and then someone comes up, oh, hey, yeah, what do you have to say? What do you have to say? Dude, like, get out of our face.
It just went absolutely insane, but that's how the world is now, so.
You're just trying to get through the days. That's really all I was doing. You don't feel safe in any situation like that for months. Like, there's no feeling secure or safe.
I mean, after the first couple of weeks, we're like, this guy's gonna get away with this.
But then, nearly 7 weeks after the murders, finally an arrest.
And we want to get right to our breaking news. A specialized team of state troopers and federal agents taking Brian Koberger into custody early Friday morning.
My mom just came into my room and she's like, hey, they got him. They caught him.
My first thought was, who is that? I have no clue who you are.
It was really shocking to learn he was a WSU student who had moved out to Washington and Pullman that summer to study at Washington State University. He was pursuing a PhD in criminology and justice.
For the first time, you'll see some of the hundreds of photos released by authorities just this week. They offer a glimpse into the secret life of Brian Koberger, and you'll hear what investigators learned from analyzing his digital life.
He was a loner, no friends, no one really except for his parents. He called them mother and father, even through text message.
He didn't take a selfie to send it to someone else. It was very vain. It was very much just him recording himself for that purpose only.
But first tonight, we want you to get to know Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan, who they were, how they lived their lives. And you'll hear how investigators say Koberger planned meticulously to end it all.
Dylan had opened her door, and as she looked out, saw an individual in all dark clothing.
Then she thought she heard a male voice say, "I'm here to help you."
And the crucial mistake he made that led authorities right to his doorstep.
Boom, now we have something in this house from the jump.
That was definitely the first aha moment.
Very glad that you guys pretty tight knit. We all do things together. The sorority and fraternities were their own little community. When I joined Pi Pi, I met Xana and I just felt welcomed in. You know how you meet some people and they're like, don't want to talk to you? She would talk to your group. We had an entire friend group that we were always together. Xana and Maddie, Emily. We were attached to the hip probably the first day that we met. We just clicked immediately. And I was like, oh yeah, these are my people. These are gonna be my people.
Hi, my name is Xana Kernodle. I'm a marketing major here at the University of Idaho.
20-year-old Xana Kernodle loved the Pittsburgh Steelers. She loved the Friends. And she highlights both in this video that's posted on her sister's social media.
And I really like just hanging out with my friends all the time and being super involved and school dance.
Xana also really loved electronic dance music.
We called her DJ Xan because she was always like, oh, I'm gonna play music while we get ready. Like I have a video where she's jumping on the couch and the MacBook's jumping with her. Oh, okay, your laptop. I've never met someone like Xana before, ever. There was one night, it had snowed, and we see a sled, and we just went flying. Her smile was contagious.
I don't know that I ever saw Xana not happy. Cracking jokes, nonstop.
If you ever had a bad day, maybe, had a rough day, she'll make you happy. Like, somehow, she'll make you laugh.
There'd be mornings I'd wake up and I would pull out of the oven a burnt pizza because she tried to make pizza the night before and fell asleep. Xana, did you try to make pizza last night? And she'd be like, I guess so.
In August of 2022, Xana moves into 1122 King Road with several friends. That includes Maddie Mogan. And together, the two girls work as servers at the Moscow restaurant Mad Greek. Also spending a lot of time at their house was Xana's boyfriend, Ethan Chapin. He's a triplet, starting his second year at the University of Idaho with his sister Maisie and brother Hunter. The Chapin family invited me to their Idaho home. They opened up their photo albums, sharing memories of the son and brother they lost. Was it always just assumed that the three of you would go to the same college?
Yeah, pretty much. It would have been tough to split us up, I feel like. We've kind of done everything together. Why not do college together? And me and Ethan joined the same fraternity, Sigma Chi. I just kind of followed whatever he did. I knew wherever we went, we were going to have a good time no matter what.
I mean, he was kind of the dominant triplet, I would say. He just always had these two in tow.
The boys were always together, and we met them, and they were immediately funny, like great guys, and we were like, oh, you guys are being our friends.
Alrighty, my name is Ethan Chapin. I grew up playing basketball and a lot of sports. We were a pretty athletic family, so lots of sports, just kind of staying active and yeah, no questions, just ready to get going.
We played every sport together. Every time we went in the car, it was together. Partied together. Just everything we did. There was never a dull moment. It always made things interesting and exciting.
Whenever there would be a party, we'd be singing country songs. Fall in Love by Bailey Zimmerman. That was one of the first songs that Ethan and I had memorized together. I appreciate Ethan just for being just a goofball. You know, I mean, he was just funny as all hell.
We knew Ethan and Dana liked each other. Me and Emily were like, they're going to be together. I know they like each other. And Dana was like, no. And then Dana ended up being like, oh, he's cute.
Tell me a little bit about watching Ethan and Dana.
They were both such similar people. Like, they were both very outgoing and, I don't know, just fun to be around. And anytime they walked in a room, it was just kind of like, everyone would be like, oh, Ethan and Dana. So it's kind of cool just to see them hang around. They always just kind of brought that same energy anywhere they went.
It was an energy they also brought into singing a Luke Combs song. Or camping with their friends and spending time with Ethan's family.
I liked her from the beginning. I remember one time you told Ethan that you could see him with her or something. Do you remember that? Yeah. I think that clicked for him. His mom liked her.
After visiting the triplets in early November, Stacy posts on Instagram, it's November 6th. She writes, best day. And they leave feeling like the kids are starting to find their footing as young adults.
It was just an amazing weekend. We had lunch with Santa on Friday. We ate at Mad Greek.
Going to the football games and just hanging out with all the kids. It was fun.
And we drove away that weekend. We just were like, we've done it. We have 3 independent, self-sufficient kids. It was an amazing weekend. It was just an amazing weekend.
It's just after that weekend on November 7th that, according to a post on her sister's Instagram, Xana turns in this English essay. And it talks about having just seen a show with a bunch of her closest friends. And she wrote, it was amazing getting to experience one of my favorite songs with some of my best friends. That is one of the most important things you can do in life. Enjoy the ride, not the destination.
She really liked living in the moment. She always wanted to be doing something.
And as Xana and her friends are savoring that college life, a student just across the state line is having a very different experience.
Koberger started to get a really bad reputation on campus. He was starting to really lose control of his life.
What do we know now about the criminology student whose work went beyond the classroom?
His eyes really opened up when he was talking about Jeffrey Dahmer or BTK or Ted Bundy.
2,500 miles away from Moscow, Idaho, are the Pocono Mountains in northeastern Pennsylvania.
This is a rural community in Pennsylvania. It's really a lot of skiing and resort type communities. There's approximately 160,000 people living here, so it's a really backcountry sort of place in Pennsylvania.
It's also where young Brian Koberger grew up. He lived in this Monroe County home with his father, Michael, a maintenance worker, his mother, Mary Ann, who worked in education, and his two older sisters. What kind of household was Brian Koberger raised in?
I would call his household an everyday, common household. His parents were extremely involved in his life. I think even over the course of the last 3 years, he spoke daily with them.
Tell me about education for Brian.
Brian went to Pleasant Valley School District. It's on the west end of the Poconos. He attended middle school there. He then moved on to the senior high school.
What kind of student was he?
I'd say, based upon what I've learned about the case, Brian was an average student in middle school, and I think he advanced while he got into high school.
On the surface, Brian appeared to have a pretty ordinary childhood, but when you talk to people who knew him, this quiet young man seemed to be struggling socially.
Brian was an overweight kid growing up. It's come to light that some people that were on the same bus as him said that people would throw stuff at him because of his weight. They would make fun of him.
He had issues being picked on when he was overweight, and as it progressed into high school, he got isolated from his friends that he had at that time.
Every information we had was socially awkward, very few relationships. You know, as far as never really had what I would consider to be a girlfriend.
I will say, though, that he was kind of skittish in a way. Like, he didn't really want to talk to people, not very social.
A lot of things changed in his life. He had gone through a transformation.
And are you talking about a physical transformation?
Both physically, mentally, and I think just generally in life. He was overweight and he had lost a considerable amount of weight heading into maybe his 9th grade or 10th grade year. When he started losing the weight and trimming down, he'd like to do boxing, or he worked out at the local gym. We had a trainer that he grew very fond of.
And was that important in his life?
Based on everything that I've learned, it was very important. It kept him losing the weight, steaming forward, better improving his life.
But that newer, thinner, more athletic version, Brian 2.0, if you will, also masked a deeper, much more troubling turn in his life.
We know from our investigation into him, and we had looked at his past, and we know that he had some struggles with drug use earlier in his life.
We find a history of an arrest in 2014. So, of that history of arrest, we can get police reports. And part of the thing that came out of the police report said that there was a heroin addiction at the time.
According to police reports that were reviewed by ABC News, in February of 2014, Brian Koberger had recently exited a rehab center and rejoined his family. And while he's home from rehab, Brian took his sister's iPhone.
He called me to come pick him up, and he wanted to sell a phone.
In July of 2023, I spoke with a former classmate of Koberger's, and he says he was unwittingly roped in to help Koberger. At his request, we're only using his first name. So you're saying that you were leaving a party, and he called you?
Yeah, he called me to come pick him up. And to go, sell a phone somewhere, and I was just like, okay.
There's documents that ABC, myself included, have seen that show he stole his sister's phone.
Oh, I didn't even know all that.
So you thought he was trying to sell his own phone?
Yeah.
And at this time, did you know he had just gotten out of rehab?
That I did not know either.
Why do you think he was trying to sell that phone?
Oh, we were trying to get something with it. That was the goal, for sure.
His father turned him in because at that point they were kind of at their wits' end dealing with the substance abuse addiction.
Those same police reports, again reviewed by ABC News, confirm that Koberger was charged with misdemeanor theft, but local officials told us that he didn't serve any jail time. And what about the family dynamics at that time?
I think the family supported him throughout the entire process. His family would say that they believed him to be sober ever since high school. Obviously, that evolution led to him getting higher education, doing better in schooling, focused more on something that he really wanted to do, which was criminology. When he graduated high school, I think he actually got a security job right out of high school working for Pleasant Valley School District. He then transitioned after a year or two, and he did attend Northampton County Community College, where his interest in criminology grew.
So he goes to Northampton Community College, and then from there goes to DeSales.
He goes to DeSales University to finish his degree, which this is an individual that appeared to be highly intelligent and turned his life around.
According to a pretrial motion that was submitted by defense attorneys, the doctors had recently diagnosed Koberger as being on the autism spectrum, along with OCD. And in the filing, they also state Mr. Koberger has met the criteria for this diagnosis since childhood. Brian's defense team said that he suffered from autism spectrum disorder. Is that something the family thought he also suffered from?
I don't know if the family thought that he suffered from a disorder.
So what provokes a person who appears to have overcome a difficult adolescence to then murder 4 people? And how did his life take a turn when Koberger left Pennsylvania to pursue his PhD at Washington State University?
Professor said, if we give him a PhD, we're going to end up seeing on the news that he's committing some kind of crime.
We all probably wish we had a friend like Maddie and Kaylee were to each other.
In August of 2022, 5 young women, including Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogan, all move into a house together. It's just off campus, right here on King Road.
Kaylee and Maddie met in 6th grade, and they were always at each other's house or at Kaylee's sister's house.
They were more than best friends. They were even more than sisters. They were absolutely each other's everything through thick and thin.
So that's Maddie at Christmas when she was just little. She looked so excited. Maddie May, we called her. She was our first and only child that we ever had. And she was such a happy baby, just super easy and fun and smart. And it was just the joy of all of our lives.
Maddie's dad, Ben, and her mom, Karen, divorced when Maddie was really little. Karen then married Scott Laramie, who raised and loved Maddie as his own. And together they appear in the Prime Video docuseries One Night in Idaho, The College Murders.
Maddie was Karen's mini-me. They looked alike and they acted alike and everything. For a long time, she just called me Scotty, And then when she got older, it's made me feel so proud. Be called Dad.
I was a very young mother. I was 22. So I was always so protective of Madison. This beautiful, peaceful little girl. I'd never let Maddie cry. Like, never.
Kaylee is the daughter of Steve and Christy Gonzalez. She's the middle child of 5 kids, including her older sister, Olivia, and they grew up together near Coeur d'Alene.
I remember the day Kaylee was born. I was about 4.5 years older than Kaylee.
And your big sister, but
they complemented each other.
You wouldn't see Kaylee without Madison. You wouldn't see Madison without Kaylee. My name is Donna Staub. I'm an English teacher at Lake City High School, and I had Kaylee and Madison in an English class when they were juniors in 2017. So it was probably my second class of the day, if I remember correctly. And these two girls walked in just talking and laughing, life of the party.
Her mom made it a point too that she was like, I just want her to have one friend that she can depend on. I don't care about her being super popular. She's just, if this could be the friend, and it just worked out that way. So then when college comes, they were like, we're going to go to college together.
During high school, they mentioned it early on. If they were going to go off to college together, that was their plan.
Living near Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, they were just about 85 miles or so from the University of Idaho campus. It's not until 2022 that Kaylee and Maddie live together. They move into that house on King Road with their friends. Kaylee and Maddie were always at each other's houses, but this was the first time they'd really gotten to live together and be roommates for real. That was definitely just a house where we all got to hang out and feel welcome. And, you know, we would have parties.
Everyone who lived there just liked to have a good time, and so they'd always invite people over. That usually turned into some sort of social gathering, maybe a party. But I mean, it was always people that everyone knew, so everyone could just go there and feel safe.
We were college kids. You're still innocent. You're like, nah, nothing's gonna happen.
By their senior year, Maddie and Kaylee were looking forward to graduation, starting their next chapter.
In mid-November in Moscow, it starts to get really cold. It's getting dark earlier. There's a chill in the air.
And soon, the lives of everyone in that house would be forever linked by tragedy. A tragedy no one could have ever imagined.
Once the cops showed up and the ambulance arrived, we all were, where's Kaylee and Maddie? Where's Kaylee and Maddie? We were calling them, we were texting them, we were, you know, no answers.
In May of 2022, 27-year-old Brian Koberger graduates from DeSales University. He's seen in this commencement video getting a master's degree.